Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about Kakashi abandons Naruto during the Chunin exams part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. Naruto runs to the hospital and finds Kakashi waiting in the hallway of the hospital. Hey, Kakashi-sensei, I was wondering you could help me train for the exams. Kakashi said, sorry, Naruto, but I am training Sasuke. He needs more help than you against Gaara. Naruto said, but you saw what Neji did to Hinata. Kakashi said, and you saw what Gaara did till Sasuke might get killed. Naruto said, and so will I. Can you just give me a scroll to help me out or something? Kakashi said, look, Naruto, I can't train you because I don't have any time to do so. Sasuke has a better chance of winning against Gaara than you with Neji. You can't control chakra, your jutsu is limited to Academy Jutsu and a B-rank ninjutsu, your taijutsu sucks ass and your genjutsu is non-existent. Sasuke has a variety of Katan Jutsu, the Sharingan, his clan taijutsu and a few genjutsu, all which I can help him with. Naruto shook in anger, so that is it, huh? He whispered. Kakashi said, you have no talent whatsoever and I can't have my reputation being sullied if you lose against Neji. That is when Naruto chose to snap and his killing intent rose through the roof, making Kakashi look at Naruto. Needless to say, Naruto was mad. No, he was pissed. So that is how you feel, huh, Hatake? Kakashi flinched at the way Naruto spat out his surname. Naruto, calm. Naruto screamed, calm down, don't you dare tell me to calm fucking down, Hatake. After all I have done for this team, who was the one who saved your ass when you got captured by Zabuza? Not Sasuke, me. Who was the one who defeated Hakusan? Not Sasuke, me. Who was the one that stood against Orochimaru instead of cowering like a little bitch? Not Sasuke, me. You can't even stick to your goddamn motto. Those who break the rules are trash, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. Kakashi said, Naruto, I? Naruto said, don't call me that like you know me, Hatake. From now on, you will address me as Uzumaki. Suddenly a lady perked up at the last name, Uzumaki. Wasn't that the last name of my mother-in-law, Kushina? And that face, he looks like the Yandin. Wait a minute, those bastards on the council lied to me. My fiancé is alive and that bastard Hatake brushed him off for an Uchiha brat? Naruto continued his rant, and another thing, you are no goddamn teacher. Hell, I bet closet pervert can teach better than you. What kind of sensei gives personal training to one of his students, and leave the rest to fend for themselves? We could have died in the exam against Orochimaru because of your blatant worshipping, you son of a bitch. Kakashi said sternly, Naruto, that is no way to talk to your son. Naruto said, Sensei? You have no right to have that title. All I see is an Uchiha cocksucker. You know what? I am done with this. I am done with this team, you, Haruno and Uchiha. Kakashi said. Now Naruto said, fuck you, Hatake. I will never talk to you again. I respected you, but now I see what I mean to you asshole. Go ahead and let the Uchiha fuck you in the ass. Naruto stalked off from the hospital while nurses and doctors parted the way in case Naruto would try to lash out. Kakashi, being the dumb fuck, tried to stop Naruto, who grabbed his wrist and spun on his heel with a kunai in hand and sliced his Ika paradise in half. Never ever put your hands on me again, Hatake, or I will kill you regardless if you are my father's student. Kakashi was too much in shock to notice that Naruto knew about his heritage because partially of his book and Naruto's new appearance. Naruto was a bit taller, and his once cerulean eyes were a dark indigo and slitted. His hair was not spiky, but down with a few bangs over his forehead, and some of his hair was wrapped in a ponytail that ends at the end of his jacket. Naruto didn't care and just walked on, not noticing that his unknown fiancé was following him. Forest Kyubi said, you know, kid, he saw your appearance because your anger disrupted the genjutsu you placed on yourself. Naruto said, like I give a damn about what he thinks? All he cares about his little Uchiha, and his damn perverted book. Kyubi said, well, it was a good thing, I was getting tired of you playing this charade and take off that damn mask. Naruto said, it worked, didn't it? I was lucky enough that I was knocked out when I fought Orochimaru after when Hakusan died. I swore that I will get stronger, and you helped me there, Kyubi. Kyubi said, it was nothing, at least I can get some kind of freedom in your mind. I was getting cramped in that cage of yours. Someone is coming and whoever it is has a large amount of chakra. Naruto nodded and voiced, whoever you are, come out. Suddenly a young woman in her early 20s came out from behind her hiding spot. She wore a dark blue garment over a webbed mesh bodysuit. Her hair had a rusty red shine to it, and her eyes were jade. Her luscious lips were covered with blue-colored lipstick. The woman said, my, and I thought you were cute before, now you are just delicious. Naruto asked, not minding that you are practically raping me with your eyes, but who are you? The woman said, I am Mei Terumi, the Godame Mizukage and your fiancé. Naruto said, FF fiancé. Mei nodded slowly and Naruto fainted from shock as Kyuubi started to laugh his head off. 15 minutes later, Naruto woke up to feel someone caressing his hair softly like a lover should. The Jinchuriki's eyes slowly fluttered open and he was looking at Mei, who was humming softly with his head between her legs. Then she looked down and said, Oh, you are awake? Naruto said, So I am your fiancé, huh? Mei nodded. I noticed that you called yourself Uzumaki when you were chewing your bastard of a sensei out. Naruto growled as the thought of Kakashi popped up in his mind. So you are the Yandame's son? The Jinchuriki nodded and his eyes softened as he met her jade eyes. Yes, I am. I don't know how the hell nobody noticed that I look like a carbon copy of him. Mei giggled. Not exactly. Those whisker marks of yours will throw everyone off but not me. Besides, it gives you an exotic look to you. Her hand brushed against his cheek and Naruto felt a jolt shot up his spine. Naruto sat up, looking at Mei and Kyuubi said, Damn, your father got you something good for a change? Naruto said, So you being sealed within me is a bad thing? Kyuubi said, Besides me, but back to her goddamn, you are getting some ass tonight. Naruto blushed as he said, Shut up, Arrow Kyuubi. Kyuubi said, I am a fucking demon, I have a right to be perverted, damn it. Mei said, Oh, is my little Naruto-chan being perverted? Naruto said, No. I just think that you are very beautiful, that is all. Mei blinked and grabbed Naruto's head, pressing her to her ample bosom. Ah, you are so sweet. Naruto waves his hands in the air as Kyuubi whistled. You lucky bastard, damn it, the times I wish I was not sealed. I would be tapping that ass by now. Naruto thought, Mine, Kyuubi, hands off. Mei let go of Naruto, who was panting a bit. Mei said, Well, since you are going to need help against that Niji kid, I am going to train you. Naruto said, Seriously? Mei said, Yes, I can have my future husband dying on me now, can I? Now what are your affinities? Naruto said, Huh? Mei's eyes narrowed. That sensei of yours fucked you up. You were supposed to know what your chakra affinity is by now. Remind me to kill him in secret. Naruto said, I get first dibs, but you can castrate him if you want. Mei said, I am beginning to like you, Naruto-kun. The Jinchuriki said, Me too, Mei-chan. Mei said, We better see the Hokage first. I need to ask him a few questions about lying to me about my fiancé being dead. She took Naruto in her arms and performed a Mizu Shunshin. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the god of shinobi, the professor, the Sandaime Hokage, was locked in combat against his most powerful adversary, the only one that Minato Namikaze had defeated in battle. Its dreaded name struck fear in the hearts of every Kage. Its name was Paperwork. Damn Paperwork, how the hell Minato took this on in stride and still had energy to mess around with Kushina-chan is beyond me. Sarutobi thought. Suddenly water rose up from the ground, startling the Sandaime, and took out a kunai, ready to attack. When the misty water cleared, he relaxed to see Naruto with a young woman hugging him softly. Oh, it is you, Naruto, and I see that you dropped the genjutsu. Have you been keeping up with your kenjutsu? Naruto nodded. Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang are in pristine condition. It is just that I need new jutsu to work with other than Kage Bunshin. Sarutobi said, Good, now who is this woman behind you? Mei said, My name is Mei Terumi, the Godame Mizukage and Naruto's fiancé who was informed to be dead by one of your ANBU. Sarutobi frowned. I didn't inform anyone that Naruto was dead. A letter was supposed to reach you that he was going by his mother's maiden name for the time being. Mei said, If you didn't, then who did? Sarutobi said, That is what I am wondering about. Can you describe the ANBU for me? Mei said, He was wearing the regular attire for ANBU, but his weapon, it was not a katana, but a tanto. It was tipless. Sarutobi growled out, Danzo, that bastard, always meddling in affairs. Can I see the document, please? Mei handed him the document and Sarutobi said, The seal is not a fake, but I didn't sign this. The only one with this seal are myself and those idiots. Naruto said, What? Sarutobi said, My own teammates. The elders are in on this too. Do they realize that this would have caused war between us? Mei said, So that ANBU was not yours? Sarutobi said, No, they belong to Danzo. That ANBU is part of an organization called Root. It was supposed to be disbanded a long time ago, because of Danzo taking the emotions away from them. Now I just need more proof to get him executed along with my so-called teammates. Naruto said, You are going to have to wait because I am going to kill them. The only reason I won't is because of their grandkids, Moegi and Udon. Sarutobi said, Mizukage Dano, I must apologize for the insubordination of my counsel and will see that justice will come as long as I live. Mei said, thank you, Hokage-dano. Naruto said, Aji-san, your pedophile of a former student put this irritating seal on me, can you take it off? Sarutobi looked at the seal. Yep, that is Orochimaru's work alright. Mizukage-dano, can you get behind Naruto, that way the force I have to use won't fling into the wall. Mei nodded and got behind Naruto as Sarutobi said, Naruto, ramen on the ceiling. Naruto looked up and Sarutobi took his chance, Gojio Kaien. The blow made Naruto and Mei slid back a bit and Naruto shouted, son of a bitch, that hurts. Mei said, now that is over, can you give a chakra paper? Sarutobi said, I thought Kakashi told you all of you about your affinity. Naruto growled, apparently Hatake thinks that I am a nobody and will sully his reputation. Sarutobi roared, what? That one-eyed bastard said that? I am sure that I can find a suitable punishment for his blatant favoritism. Naruto had a sadistic smile on his face. I got one, Aji-san. Sarutobi said, what? Naruto said, burn his Ika Paradise books one by one, and make him watch as his books slowly turned into ashes. I will be the one who does this as his punishment. Sarutobi smirked, consider it done, but let's wait until the exams are over. I want to see his face after you beat your opponent. Now here is the chakra paper. If fire, it burns. Wind, it split into two. Water, it will be damp. Lightning, it will crumple, and earth, crumble into dust. Naruto sent chakra into the paper and to Sarutobi's surprise, one side was crumpled up and the other was damp, but then the paper split in two halves. Sarutobi said, it seems that your bloodline has awakened the Eraton bloodline. Naruto said, what? Sarutobi said, your mother had a bloodline called the Eraton. It allows you to combine lightning and water to create bright beams of lightning that have the ability to flow like water. Naruto said, nice. Did she leave any jutsu? Sarutobi said, her and your father, here are the scrolls and they only respond to your blood, so keep it safe at all times or memorize them and then burn it just in case Hatake or Sasuke try to steal it, which reminds me I will send word to Jiraiya to make that seal for you so it can prevent them from copying the jutsu. Naruto said, who is that? Sarutobi said, he is your father's sensei and I wouldn't let Mei near him, he is an open pervert. Naruto said, the hell? Why are all my teachers except Kakashi perverts? Sarutobi said, I am not a pervert. Naruto said, then tell me that Ika Paradise book is not in that drawer to your left. Sarutobi said nothing and Naruto said, thought so. Mei said, so now it is time to start your training, Naruto-kun. Sarutobi said, yes, I have to defeat this thing. Naruto said, Hokage-ji, I don't see how that you can't use Kage Bunshin to do it. Mei and Sarutobi both blinked at Naruto and both of them glomped him. Thank you so much, my future husband has told me the secret of beating paperwork. Naruto said, Aji-san, Mei-chan air. They let him go and Sarutobi said, thank you so much, Naruto, just for that, I want you to have this. Sarutobi took out a pass and gave it to Naruto. This is a Sannin pass, which allows you go anywhere. Now get out of here so I can defeat my archenemy. Naruto shook his head and walked out of the tower with Mei as Sarutobi giggled in insane laughter. Forest, now before we do anything, I have a hunch that you need a summoning contract. Mei said. Naruto said, summoning contract? Mei said, it allows a person to summon an animal ally when you have a sort of problem. I have one that needs a suitable person and I think you are it. Mei bit her thumb and summoned a chameleon. The chameleon opened its mouth and released a large scroll that had a white sea serpent on the scroll. This is the mythical Yamata contract. It has a variety of animals in this contract. In terms of strength, from weakest to strongest are the crocodiles, the Komodo dragons, the sea serpents, they prefer the term water dragons, and finally the hydra. The boss is the Yamata no Orochi. It doesn't like to be angered, so whatsoever don't anger it at all. Naruto nodded and opened the contract. He bit his thumb and signed it. After that, Naruto did the hand signs for summoning, and was sucked up into a dimension. He fell on down, and got up to see that he was in a vast plain with a lake nearby. Where am I? Naruto asked. Suddenly something in the lake burst from its surface and Naruto watched as 8 heads appeared from the lake. The creature had black scaly skin and green slitted eyes. It looked down at Naruto and one of its heads went down to Naruto. It spoke in a clear tone instead of that snake-like lisp, so you are the next one to try and summon me? Naruto said, wow, you are huge, this is so awesome. The Hydra seems amused at Naruto. I am glad you are fascinated. Naruto said, I wanted to see if I could be your partner in this contract, Yamata no Orochi. The Hydra said, just call me Yamada, now let me honor the deal. You seem respectable unlike the others. Naruto said, what others? The Hydra said nonchalantly, most of them tried to order me to do their bidding, so I had either crushed them, poisoned them, or ate them. Naruto thought, remember to never piss off this Hydra. The Hydra glowed in a light blue light and shrank down. Naruto had to cover his eyes, and then he saw a black-haired woman with pale skin and green-slitted eyes. Wow, Naruto said, and Yamada said, like what you see. Naruto said, would you kill me if I said yes? Yamada said, no, you are too cute for that. It has been ages since our contract has been used. Naruto said, so what do I have to do? Yamada said, what you have to do is stand still, what I have to do is bite you to place my seal on you. This seal completely bypasses the process when you have a problem. If you don't want to summon me, you just do your regular hand signs to get my subordinates. Naruto said, alright Yamada, let's do it. Yamada took his wrist and bit his arm, and Naruto felt something burning for a minute and then saw a summoning tattoo on his forearm. It was a tattoo of 8 hydras covering his arm as if they were alive and could strike at anyone if he aimed his hand at an opponent. Naruto said, this is a sweet tattoo, Yamada-chan. Yamada said, glad that you like it, Naruto-kun. I will expect great things from you. Now you better go now. Naruto said, how do I do that? Yamada said, just think that you are in the real world and it will happen. Naruto thought about Konoha and instantly he was thrusted back in the darkness. When he opened his eyes, he saw Mei looking at him. I see that you got the boss to trust you. Naruto lifted up his arm to show her the tattoo. I am just that awesome, now let's get to work, Mei-chan. 1 month later, the Hokage and Kazekage were sitting in the Kage booth, waiting for the crowd to get settled in their seats. Ino said, Sasuke-kun is not here, neither is Naruto either. Sakura said, who cares, he can't beat Neji, he is a genius just like Sasuke-kun. Ino said, but Sakura, that is your own teammate, at least have some faith in him. Shikamaru looked around, where's Naruto and that Dosa guy? Naruto wouldn't miss a chance for avenging one of his friends? Genma said, stop looking around, face the customers, in this main tournament, you guys are the stars. The Jonin near the Hokage said, we can't find Naruto Uzumaki or Sasuke Uchiha. Then Sarutobi looked out of the corner of his eye to see Mei coming up. Don't worry, I am sure that Naruto Uzumaki is fine, but keep on the lookout for Sasuke Uchiha. The Sandaime said, hello Mizuki Dano, I trust that the long journey was not too long. Mei smirked, not at all, Hokage Dano. Hello, Kazekage Dano. The Kazekage nodded his head in respect to her, but inside, Orochimaru was panicking about her presence, and he just might have to change his plans or call off the invasion. Hiruzen whispered, Mei-san, do you know where Naruto is? Mei said, don't worry, he is here, he just likes a flashy entrance. Sarutobi smirked, and then he stood up, thank you, everyone, for coming to Konoha's Chunin exams. We will now start the main tournament matches between the 8 participants who made it through the preliminaries. Please stay and watch until the end. The Kazekage commented, if it's 8, then 2 appear to be missing. Sarutobi said nothing, and while that happened, Genma pulled out a piece of paper. There's something I would like to tell you before the matches, look at this. Everyone peered at the matches to see that it was even. There are some minor changes to the tournament, so check again who you are fighting. Shikamaru thought, I had an extra match, did that Dosa guy forfeit? Gaara's hand began to twitch as he waited in anticipation. Genma said, okay, this is the finals, the secrecy is different, but the same rules from the prelims still apply, got it? Now will Naruto Uzumaki and Neji Hyuga step forward. Neji stepped forward with a smug look on his face, and suddenly a blast erupted near the entrance of the arena. The crowd along with Genma and the genin looked towards the entrance to the smoke and hear a bell. Occasionally a hooded figure with a tattered cloak and a straw hat with a bell attached to the front walked toward them. The figure wore black fingerless gloves and had Jonin-style black pants with black tape wrapped tightly around his ankles, and he wore black ninja sandals. The figure walked slowly and ominously toward them, not sparing anyone a passing glance, and stood in front of the proctor. Your name? Genma said with a smirk. The figure slowly took off his hat and threw back his hood to reveal a familiar face, the one and only Uzumaki Naruto. Sarutobi smirked, he is still the prankster at heart, eh? Genma said, good, now will the contestants please clear the area? Shikamaru said, troublesome, Naruto, you almost gave me a heart attack? I thought I was the only Konoha genin here. Naruto said, are you sure it wasn't that you were worried about me? Shikamaru said, nah, I know you wouldn't miss beating the shit out that Hyuga and Sasuke. Naruto said, "You are right as always, Shikamaru. Now enjoy watching me, the new me that is." Shikamaru smirked as he walked past him, and Naruto said, "Temari-san." Temari looked at him with surprise as he threw his hat to her. "Hold this, will you, beautiful?" Temari blushed as she nodded and walked up the stairs quickly. Then Naruto's gaze hardened as he stood in front of Neji. "This will be good," Kiba said. Hinata thought, "Naruto-kun." Ino said, "I doubt he will win, but I hope that he will be alright." Sakura said, "He will lose against Neji." Kotetsu whispered to his friend, Izumo, "But for the kid to get this far." Izumo said, "Yeah, for guys that got far by luck, this is the end of the line." Kotetsu said, "Naruto's opponent is just too tough for him." Izumo said, "He can't beat the Hyuga clan." Kiba smirked, "Yeah, I thought that at first, but when things come to Naruto, you are bound to be surprised if you underestimate him." Naruto took off his cloak to reveal that he was wearing a long-sleeved black sweater with a turtleneck collar. On his shoulder, he wore the Uzumaki swirl, and the left, there was a Hiraishin kunai embroidered on it. If you were looking at his back, you would see a yin and yang symbol with the dragon bursting out of the black and the white tiger on the white. He also held dragon's claw on his back and tiger's fawn on his right side. "So you had been taught in Kenjutsu that and your new wardrobe would save you," Neji said. Naruto said, "Can you shut up, so I can kick your ass for hurting Hinata?" Neji slipped into his stance and said, "Hee, it will be fun to watch you fall in despair when you face reality." Naruto said, "There is no reality in this match, there is only fantasy. A lot of things can happen in fantasy until someone decides to make it a reality. That would be me with you lying at my feet." Neji glared at Naruto, and in the stands, Hayashi said, "Watch closely, Hanabi, there isn't another who has received such thick blood." Hanabi answered, "Yes, father." Naruto made a Kage Bunshin and gave him his swords to carry, and the Bunshin saluted and proceeded upstairs. "What? You are not going to use them?" Neji said, "Have you realized that you can't win?" Naruto said, "Kami, do you ever shut up about fate, reality, or what? Has your father been feeding you that fate bullshit?" Niji's eyes widened in rage. "Never speak about my father that way." Naruto said, "Oh? We have a daddy's girl?" Neji said, "I am not a girl." Naruto said, "With that long hair, anyone can mistake you for one. Hell, even that pretty girl on your team can. What's her name? Tenten. I bet you two do each other's nails, hair, shop for clothes." Neji charged at Naruto, who started to dodge. "Shut up." Naruto said, "You know, I don't like your type, Neji. You are really not the type for me. I mean, I like girls that do have breasts, but I will tell you what, I will try to hook up with my teammate Sakura since Sasuke is gay, alright?" Everyone's mouth dropped at Naruto's comments. He was questioning Niji's sexuality and Sasuke's sexual preference. Furthermore, he just called his crush a man. Kiba thought, well, he is kind of right, but I always knew that Sasuke was gay. Sakura is boobless, so she could be a he, and Neji has long hair. I admit at first I thought he was a girl. Sakura was shocked at Naruto's insult and shouted, "Naruto, you take that back." Naruto said, "Hey, Haruno, shut the fuck up." Sakura was stunned. Naruto have never talked to her that way. Naruto said while he was dodging, "You can try to hit me later, keyword try. I am not your punching bag anymore, so do me a favor, zip that mouth of yours and shut up. I am trying to concentrate here since Neji-chan is trying to cop a feel on me, damn it." The Mizukage, Hokage, most of the Chunin and Jonin along with the Genin including Ino were laughing their asses off at Naruto's antics. Neji became enraged and tried to hit him. "Hold still, asshole." Naruto said, "No, then you will try to rape me. I'd rather have Temari-chan do that since she is cute anyway." Temari blushed even further, as she unconsciously hugged the hat closer. Neji tried to hit him with various strikes until Naruto caught his wrist. "Well, I have fun toying with you, but now I promise Hinata to kick your ass, so let's get it started." Neji used his other hand to strike at his face, but Naruto ducked and sent a punch to Neji's stomach. The Hyuga genius coughed up, but Naruto then sent an elbow strike Muay Thai style to Neji's chin. Neji staggered back as Naruto sent a jaw-shattering haymaker to his cheek. Neji lurched to the left, and then Naruto's fist twisted, making Neji go flying into the wall. Neji pulled himself groggily out of the crater and faced Naruto, and then the genius threw shuriken and kunai at Naruto. Naruto immediately drew a kunai to block them, and used the kunai's hold to catch the last one. Neji charged at Naruto, who smirked and charged toward Neji. As Neji sent a palm strike, Naruto jumped and sent a knee strike to Neji's nose, breaking it and making blood come out of his nose. Neji looked up to see Naruto kick him in the torso, then the Jinchuriki ran up on the wall to kick Neji in the side of his head. Neji saw stars as he fell to the ground, and everyone, especially Hayashi, Hanabi and Hinata was shocked. Niji Hyuga, the genius of the Hyuga clan, the previous Rookie of the Year, was getting his ass kicked by the prankster and dead last, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto grabbed Niji's head and started to send knee strikes to his opponent's stomach. Then Naruto pushed him and Niji sent a strike. Naruto grabbed his arm and flipped him on his back. Then he grabbed his jacket and pulled him toward him. Naruto fell on his back and put his leg up to push Niji on his back again. Naruto got up and grabbed the back of his jacket and flung Niji to the ground once again. Niji coughed up blood and Naruto smirked at him, giving him the gesture "come on." Niji foolishly got up and Naruto began to beat Niji mercilessly. Niji thought, what is going on? He was never that fast before, and he is effectively countering my strikes. He went so far to humiliate me and anger me to the point that I struck blindly. How is this possible? Naruto went in a boxing frenzy and occasionally swung his fist in a windmill motion to confuse Niji as he struck with his legs or fists. Naruto punched Niji in the right side of his face, breaking his jaw. Then he jumped up and kicked him in the torso and sent his last kick to the left side of his head, making Niji flying to the ground on his back. Niji tried to get up, but he was in too much pain. You see, now my fantasy has become my reality. You are lying at my feet, aren't you? Niji groaned and Naruto continued, you know, Hinata could have beaten you without moving using that curse seal of yours. Niji's eyes looked at Naruto and the Jinchuriki said, yes, I know about the caged bird seal and about your father's sacrifice. Hinata loves you, she respects you, she would give anything to be just like you, well, except the stick up your ass though. All she wants to do is to help you with her dream is get rid of the seal that has torn your family in two. Plus, don't you think that your father would have left something explaining his reason for losing his life? Niji said nothing, but thought for a moment about it. Naruto said, your father Hisashi Hyuga gave his life to protect his family, and you, Niji, he would have left his will to the one he trusted the most, your uncle, Hayashi. You believe in all of that fate shit? Ha! Fate is non-existent in the world of ninja. Everyone thought that Lee couldn't last against Gaara, but he was the first one to be able to land a hit on Gaara. Everyone thought that Hinata would give up, but she hung on even though she was coughing up blood. People like you who look down on others because they don't think that they can defeat them makes me sick. You are almost like the Uchiha clan, and that is saying something. Now let me tell you about me. I have been shunned and beaten all my life for something that I had no control over. I failed the Genin exam 3 times because of one jutsu that you have seen me used over and over. That is right. The Bunshin no Jutsu was my weakest jutsu. Naruto paused and continued, until then, a Chunin decided to gain power by using me to steal the Forbidden Scroll, and through my naivety, I did so. Through the stupidity of the Chunin and the words of a man that I consider as a father, I learned a bit about myself and was able to defeat that Chunin with my weakest jutsu. Later on, my Genin team got our first E-rank mission, and when it found that client lied and Kiri Chunin attacked us, I froze up and Uchiha had to save me. I promised myself that I wouldn't let that happen again. When Hitaki was captured, I took the time to save his ass with a plan that I concocted on the spot with Uchiha. After that, we faced the Jonin and his apprentice again. His name was Zabuza Momochi, the deceased demon of the mist. Uchiha faced against Haku and I joined him until Sasuke took a fatal blow for me. In my anger, I defeated Haku. Trust me, you don't want to see me pissed off. Later, I was able to shatter Zabuza's heart and saw the true Zabuza before he was betrayed by his client and tore through thugs before he killed his own client and died. Now then the Chunin exams came. To tell you the truth, I BS'd the written exam and practically turned in a blank exam, which I am sure made Abiki chuckle a bit. Then the second part, we happened to get separated and I met an interesting animal, a giant snake, and needless to say, the snake ate too much and exploded into parts. After that, I met a gay pedophile whose power was way stronger than mine. Haruna was useless as always. Uchiha, to my surprise, got scared and started being a, never realizing that the bastard didn't want the scroll, but just wanted to kill. I was the one who fought him until the Hishi knocked me out. Next, my match with Kiba. I never thought that I would beat with that incident, but it was effective that much. But the match proved that I am not one to be underestimated at all. So all that fate crap you keep spewing out of your mouth, erase it all, because for one, Niji, you are not a failure. Genma said, winner, Naruto Uzumaki. Ino said, wow, I can't believe it, Naruto beat Niji. Tenten thought, I can't believe Naruto actually beat Niji, and he called me cute too. Mei thought, he is calling out his harem and nice choices, but I get first dibs on his virginity. Kotetsu said, that kid, he has changed a lot. He actually made Niji get sloppy and beat him into submission. To add insult to injury, he defeated him only using taijutsu, definitely Chunin material. Izumo said, that is right, he did show qualities of a Chunin. Naruto grabbed his tattered cloak and put it on himself, then he made a half-rammed seal and shunshin up next to Shikamaru. How did I do? Shikamaru said, that was perfect, Naruto. Then Tamari said, here is your hat, Uzumaki-san. Naruto said, thank you and please call me Naruto Temari-chan. Shikamaru said, wow Naruto, aren't you bold? Naruto said, yes I am, you better be careful or else Ino might be coming after me. Shikamaru blushed a bit, and Naruto teased, oh, does Shika have a crush? This is too good to pass up. Shikamaru said, shut up, Naruto. Naruto said, don't worry, Shikamaru, I won't take Ino, I prefer Temari here over her. Temari's face took on a reddish hue as Naruto had been flirting with her shamelessly. Naruto said, now if you will excuse me, I have to see someone for a moment. Naruto shunshed into the Kage booth. Hello, Hokage-ji, Kazekage-dano, Mizuki-chan, did you all enjoy my match? Mei said, that was an excellent match, Naruto-kun. You have definitely improved a lot. Naruto said, I am glad that you approve of my match. The Kazekage said, it was most interesting, Naruto-kun. You will go far if you continue this, keep it up. Naruto stiffly bowed to the wind shadow and said, thanks, Kazekage-dano. The Hokage said, now, Naruto, please wait with the others and enjoy the entertainment. Naruto nodded and did a Mizu Shunshin while Rado came to the Hokage's ear. Sasuke Uchiha is still not here, do you think that Orochimaru has got him? Sarutobi said, we have no choice. As the rules apply, Sasuke Uchiha will be disqualified. The Kazekage sighed, Hokage-dano, I implore you to let Sasuke Uchiha fight. Rado said, I beg your pardon, but someone who doesn't show up on time doesn't have what it takes to be a Chunin. The Kazekage said, but most of the audience here came to see this exciting match. The Mizuki said, Kazekage-dano, those who are late are cowards. If this was a battle between Konoha and another country, and if Uchiha's team was late to help take over an important post, the ones fighting will die and the whole country would fall all because of one little mistake. Sarutobi said, she is right, Kazekage-dano. I can't show favoritism to any of my ninja, I have to treat them individually. Rado, give them the message that Sasuke Uchiha had been disqualified. Rado nodded and the Kazekage aka Orochimaru cursed inwardly, damn that woman, the invasion has been compromised, damn it, I have to call it off. The Kazekage made a discreet hand sign to call off the attack and Kabuto saw it, and just stood there, observing the match. Genma said, due to him not being on time, Uchiha Sasuke has been disqualified from the match. Therefore Gaara is declared the winner by default. Sakura screamed, what? The crowd started to get agitated, but Genma didn't care and Naruto said, oh, well, I don't get to kick Uchiha's ass, such a shame. Genma said, will Sabaku no Kankuro and Aburame Shino please come down to the arena? Kankuro thought, without Sasuke, the plan just basically went down the drain, I might as well fight to get the entertainment. The two faced each other and got into their stances as Genma said, okay, the third match, Shino Aburame vs Sabaku no Kankuro, fight. The Aburame and Sunanin jumped back to give them some distance, then Kankuro slowly reached for his package, Kagutsu no Jutsu. He pulled the strap and the bandages fell to reveal Karasu, clicking ominously. Shino slowly had his Kakashi bugs moved all over his body. I am a member of the Aburame clan, our policy is to never underestimate our opponents no matter how small they are and to fight with our full strength. Kankuro growled, bring them on. Kankuro moved Karasu towards Shino and with a flick of his fingers, a hidden blade in its wrist popped out, surprising Shino. The Aburame heir moved away to see the blade sink into the ground in front of him. Shino looked at the blade to see that the area surrounding the blade changed into a light purple color. The blade is laced with poison. He thought, I must be careful for any more surprises. Kankuro maneuvered his puppet to attack Shino again. Shino dodged the next hidden blade in the puppet's left wrist, and then moved into the trees for cover. Kankuro stated, it's no use. He had the puppet followed Shino into the brush while the Aburame sat in silence, only hearing the constant chattering and clicking of the puppet. Kankuro found Shino and sent Karasu after him, activating his ribbed blades in the puppet. Shino threw 2 kunai at it to stop it, and the puppet poofed to reveal a log. Kawarimi? Shino said. Then he looked down and dodged it by jumping up in the open air, but Karasu followed after him. Hey, you are making this way too easy, Kankuro said as he twitched his ring finger and middle finger. The puppet opened its mouth to shoot out 2 small knives. It hit Shino in his torso and shoulder dead on, making Kankuro pump his fist up. That did it. Suddenly Shino dissolved into a group of Kakashi bugs, making Kankuro shout in shock, huh? Those bugs again? Kankuro's eyes widened as he felt a presence behind him. Just in time, he turned to see Shino aim a punch at him, but the young puppet master ducked swiftly and moved away from him. He shouted, so you made a bug clone and snuck up behind. Very clever. Shino stated, it is simple really, I could tell that your strength is long-ranged, not close combat. Furthermore, you have to focus all of your chakra and attention to control that little puppet of yours, which leaves your defense wide open. Kankuro smirked, thanks for the tip, but I am just getting started. If you think that it's the extent of my deadly ninjutsu, then you are in for a real treat. You haven't seen half of what Karasu can do. So far, he has been playing it safe. Kankuro reactivated his chakra strings and made Karasu open his elbow joints. Shino backed up in surprise as little purple balls of poison fog were blasted at him. Shino jumped away from the smoke and then suddenly felt weak. Ugh, must have inhaled some of the poison smoke. Meanwhile, the attacker hides and waiting for the poison to take effect. Shino ran to the tree for cover and Kankuro smirked as he saw Shino panting heavily due to the poison's effect. The poison is slowly spreading through his system. Now it is time to end this. The puppet shot forward and came up behind Shino. It activated its hidden blade. Shino turned around only to be slashed by Karasu, but the Aburame turned out to be another bug clone. These damn bugs, he should even be moving with that poison in his body. Kankuro thought as he tensed up, searching for a sign of the Aburame. Then he found him, hiding under the tree branch. Ah, there you are. Allow me to put you out of your misery. Kankuro flicked his fingers only for the puppet to creak and resist his commands. What is going on? What is wrong with it? He thought. Then he noticed some bugs crawling in and out of the joints. Shino said, it's no use, you can't move it now. I ordered the bugs to jam every one of its joints. Kankuro thought, so that was what he was after. He wanted me to attack him so he can get Karasu to stop moving. Now those creepy crawlies are going after my chakra strings. I forgot that those things eat chakra and the strings are leading them right to me. Kankuro snapped his connection and fling it, making the chakra strings flicker in random directions to confuse Shino of his location. He severed the strings himself. Damn, so close. Shino thought as his eyebrows furrowed. Then the Aburame moved from his location and Kankuro detached the head. What a sucker, he doesn't know that I can re-establish connections to my puppet quickly, which is why I am an expert puppeteer. And so what if you took out Karasu's body? I don't need it since every part of him is a lethal weapon. Karasu's mouth opened to reveal a large needle dripping with poison. Looks like you underestimated me, Bug Boy. For the last time, that poison is enough to knock out an elephant. You're finished. Shino gritted his teeth as he faced the needle head-on, but suddenly the head stopped inches above his forehead and dropped to the ground. What? But how did he? Kankuro began to think until he felt something crawling on his hand. He looked down to see the beetles all over his hand. His beetles, they are eating the chakra strings right at the source. Kankuro broke his cover, screaming as bugs slowly covered his body. But I don't understand, I made sure to cut the strings before they could find me. Shino replied, to answer your question, you were so worried about the beetles in the front that you never noticed the ones approaching you from behind. All this time they were converging to the beacon on your headband. Kankuro said, to my what? Shino said, when I swung at you earlier, I purposefully missed to plant a beetle on your headband, a female beetle, which lets out pheromones so the males can pick up the scent and converge on it like a homing beacon. Kankuro looked up on his headband, so this beetle on my Hitayite is a... Shino said, correct, a female beetle? Then Shino dropped to the floor and Genma said, due to double knockout, either Shino Aburame nor Sabaka no Kankuro advances. The medics got Kankuro and Shino, who needed more treatment for the poison, but Kankuro gave them a fast-acting antidote discreetly and Kankuro was given a solider pill. Genma said, now the fourth match, will Shikamaru Nara and Sabaka no Temari please come down? Temari swung her fan and rode the wind current down while Shikamaru took his time to walk down the stairs. Ready? Fight! Genma shouted. Shikamaru just jumped back and leaned against the wall while Temari ran after him and swung her closed fan like a club. Smoke billowed up, but Temari looked up, realizing that she missed and Shikamaru was leaning against the wall. You know I really don't want to fight, but I will not lose against the girl. Temari smirked. You mean you don't want to lose in front of Ino, right? Shikamaru said, right, just the same as you don't want to lose in front of Naruto. Temari said, shut up. She shouted, swinging her fan, Ninpu, Kamaitachi no Jutsu. The wind blew harshly in the arena. Tenten thought, that move was the one that knocked my attacks away. Suddenly a shadow line appeared, rushing toward Temari, who moved quickly backwards until the shadow started to shrink. There's a limit to how much you can shrink, stretch or change your shadow, isn't there? You can't stretch it any further than your normal shadow's surface area no matter how you change it. Temari said, figuring it out. Shikamaru chuckled, that's right. Temari then closed her fan and measured the distance, 15 meters and 32 centimeters. He can use other shadows, but he can't control them, so he is using the shaded area to increase his length. But unfortunately, no matter if he goes to the edge, the length will be the same. Kankuro said, Temari is better at long-range fighting, this match is over. Shikamaru crouched and formed his thinking pose. Kurenai asked, what is that? A hand sign? Asuma said, no, it is a habit of his when he is a spot, he does this when he is in a shogi match. Kurenai said, this is not a shogi match. Asuma said, true, but in ancient times it said that shogi was used to plot strategies. I did an IQ test to mess with him, and what I found was startling. His IQ is over 200, he's a freaking genius. Kurenai said, but his grades were worse than Naruto's. Asuma said, you are not seriously judging them on grades, right? Or have you forgotten that Naruto basically beat the shit out of Neji? Shikamaru once told me that they were too easy, and he was too lazy to write the answers down. Shikamaru's eyes snapped open and Asuma announced, he is done with his strategy, now the fun begins. Temari commented, so it looks like you are finally getting serious now. Ninpu, Kamaitachi. Shikamaru moved to cover in the trees and took off his shirt. It is no use trying to hide. Stop running or give up. Kurenai said, what is he doing? Asuma said, I could have sworn that he had a strategy thought up. Suddenly two kunai were thrown. Temari dodged only to get in the path of another. She blocked it with her fan and a series of explosions were sounded in front and behind her. He attached explosive tags. She thought, he is trying to distract me. Then Shikamaru's shadow sprang in action. Temari thought, nice try, but your shadow can't pass this line, wait. Hold on, ah shit. The shadow, sure enough, passes over the line, making the wind user sprang backwards yet again. I see, she stated, you use those kunai as distractions to keep me occupied while the sun moves, giving me more leverage. This should be your limit now. Shikamaru said nothing, staring at her, and Kankuro shouted, Temari, above you. She looked up to see a makeshift parachute, made out of Shikamaru's shirt, and a kunai attached to the bottom of it. Fuck me, Temari cursed as she dodged the growing shadow. You will not escape, Shikamaru declared. Temari moved as she thought, impressive, using the kunai to distract me from his shadow and then using his shadow to distract me from looking up and noticing the parachute, but it's clear to me now. The shadow stopped and receded back a bit, so Temari stopped and flipped open her fan and placed it in front of her. I need to finish this quickly. His shadow will move farther as the sun moves, so I will use Bunshin no Jutsu, which will draw his attention to it. Then I will jump out and use all my chakra into the strongest possible Kamaitachi to rip him apart. Now where is his shadow? Good, it's nowhere near me. Temari thought, initiating attack Bunshin no. Suddenly she froze and thought, what? I am frozen? Shikamaru sprang his hands apart, finally Kagemain no Jutsu success. Temari said, but your shadow was nowhere near me, how did you get me? Shikamaru said, I let you look behind you. He turned his head and Temari under his Jutsu's spell did the same. Temari's eyes widened as she saw a hole behind her and sure enough, his shadow connecting to hers. When you use the Kamaitachi no Jutsu, you lose some of the gravel, and where Neji was at, the big rocks made the shadows and I had my shadow connected to each one until I got to you. Temari gritted her teeth while Shikamaru said, checkmate. Next, Shikamaru and Temari walked to each other and Shikamaru said, that is it, I forfeit. Although I want to impress someone, I have no chakra left to continue even if I plotted 200 moves against you. Genma said, lazy to the end, Winner, Sabaku no Temari. The shadow receded back to Shikamaru and Temari looked at Shikamaru. Then Naruto jumped over the railing and walked to Shikamaru. Nice job, Shikamaru, you lazy bastard. Shikamaru smirked, man, I'm tired. Naruto said, you know that you are going to be promoted now, don't you? Shikamaru said, yeah, but at least it will get my mother off my back for a while. Listen, Naruto, be careful, you know what he is capable of. Naruto smirked, hey, I am unpredictable, I will be fine otherwise, so I will be fine. Then he added in thought, if I don't, Mei-chan would kill me if I died and Gaara if he killed me. Temari felt sorry for Naruto, he was charming and sweet, but now he was going to be killed by her little brother, Gaara. Shikamaru walked up the stairs and thought, I hope you know what you are doing, Naruto. Gaara soon shunned into the arena and he started to laugh a bit. Since Uchiha doesn't want to be here, you will test my existence. Naruto said, nah, I planned on living, I kinda want to lose my virginity to my shining beauty before I die. And the Kage booth, Mei started to blush a bit since her last name literally meant shining beauty and it was Naruto's nickname for her. Genma said, begin. Naruto jumped back and stood ready while Gaara's gourd started to spew out sand until they were interrupted by swirling leaves, and in the middle of it were the two people that Naruto despised a lot, Kakashi Hatake and Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto looked at them with disgust and Kakashi said, "Did we make it?" Genma said, "No, Kakashi, as you can see, Uchiha has been disqualified, declaring Gaara the winner. Now can you please move to the stands, you are interrupting the match." Sasuke shouted, "What? No! I am supposed to fight him, this is my match." Genma said, "Kid, you lost that match since you decided not to be on time. If your comrades were in danger for this, you would have been shunned for the rest of your life for not saving your teammates, now beat it." Sasuke charged at Gaara, but then a clone of Naruto moved in front and knocked out the Uchiha by slamming various punches in his solar plexus. The boy slumped to the ground and Naruto mercilessly kicked Sasuke to Kakashi's feet. "Take your fuck buddy and leave," the clone said coldly before flipping his former sensei the bird. Kakashi grabbed Sasuke and moved to the stands while Genma said, "As I was saying, the fifth match between Uzumaki Naruto and Sabaku no Gaara, Hajime." Genma moved away and Naruto jumped back to avoid the sand. Like Lee, his taijutsu is effective, but it was not enough, so I guess I have to rely on ninjutsu and if push comes to shove, Kyuubi's chakra. Our blonde hero thought. Naruto moved his hands and immediately flipped through hand signs, Suetun, Mizurappa. He spat water at Gaara, but the sand rose up to protect him from the water blast to Naruto's calculation. He smirked as he did the same jutsu again and again, making Gaara send new sand to protect him. Gaara said, "Are you done yet? If so, I just have to kill you." Gaara raised his hand and the sand reacted slowly to his command. "What?" Gaara said. Naruto said, "You have never been to a beach, have you? Sand is not soluble to water, but reacts to make clumps when it is mixed with water. Since you control sand, water is your weakest element against your defense, and since all of your sand is wet." Naruto appeared behind Gaara as he finished, "Means that you can't be protected at all." Naruto sent Gaara a jaw-shattering punch to the face and made the Sune Jinchuriki go sprawling on the ground. Meanwhile, Lee and Guy just arrived to see Naruto's performance. Both were surprised that Neji was beaten, and furthermore Naruto was fighting an opponent that Lee couldn't survive against. Naruto looked to see Lee was here and smirked. "Now for my next jutsu, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, bushy brows style." A Kage Bunshin appeared, but in the form of Lee. "Alright, time to unleash the full power of youth." Naruto said, "Go, Lee." The Lee Bunshin moved towards Gaara and began to plummet Gaara all over. Guy were touched that Naruto gave his youthful student a tribute to him, while Lee had tears in his eyes, silently thanking Naruto for his kindness. Just Gaara was able to dispel the Lee Bunshin with his sand, and Naruto gave Gaara a roundhouse kick. Gaara staggered back and Naruto did another one. Suddenly the camera closed in on Naruto's face as he said two words, "Roadhouse." A/N. I don't own this quote, Family Guy does, and Third Fang inspired me to use this. Gaara got up and sent his sand toward Naruto, who ducked under it and said, "Also another thing about your sand is that it has a whole bunch of minerals, including some conductive ones. So lightning is also your weakest, and your sand is laced with water too." Gaara's eyes widened as Naruto said, "Right done, Hiraishin." Gaara screamed in pain as Naruto tapped the gourd on his back and electricity coursed through the Sune Jinchuriki's body. The boy fell to the ground, panting, and Naruto said, "Gaara, please give up." Gaara said, "No, you will not take my existence away from me." Gaara's gourd slowly started to merge with his right side, and then Naruto was staring into two different eyes. One was Gaara's teal eye and the other was Ichibi no Shikaku's eye, which was amber with an inverted star and 4 points in each corner. Naruto said, "Okay, this might be a problem." Gaara shot forward and Naruto barely had time to duck from the blow. When Naruto looked at Gaara, he saw that a huge section of the wall was torn asunder. "Damn, if I don't do something I am going to die really quickly." Gaara roared at Naruto, "Are you afraid, Uzumaki Naruto?" Naruto shouted back, "Am I? Hell yeah, but it is not going to stop me from beating you senseless. If I don't, you will just hurt other people and I can't let that happen. Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu." A horde of clones filled the arena and jumped at Gaara, who lifted his Shikaku arm and shouted, "Suna Shuriken." Some of the clones were dispelled, but the rest descended upon the Jinchuriki to hold him for a minute. "Eratun, Ryza Sakasu!" Beams of electricity sprang from Naruto's fingers and hit the clones along with Gaara. Smoke billowed from the wall and Sasuke became frustrated. "What is happening? Where did Naruto get that jutsu and why is my Sharingan not copying it?" The Uchiha thought furiously. Kakashi was surprised as well. That jutsu, it's oddly familiar. Gaara roared in pain and said, "This pain, you are strong, Naruto Uzumaki, I return the favor by spilling your blood. Naruto looked to see that Gaara was covered with sand and looked more like the Shikaku itself. Temari thought, the transformation is almost complete. If it were to appear, everyone would die. The Kazekage thought, damn it, if Gaara transforms, the plan will be jeopardized. Naruto said, your eyes, you have experienced the same path as mine, huh Gaara? I can sympathize with you. Gaara said, what's wrong, Uzumaki, are you so afraid of me? To fight for yourself or to fight for others? Just love yourself only. Fight for yourself, those are the definitions of the strongest. Naruto said, you are wrong, Gaara, if you have only yourself to fight, then who will have your back if you fall? No one, you will just fall deep into the black depths of hell. Me, I have friends that support me and I will fight for my loved ones even if it kills me. Tajua Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Gaara countered, Futon, Mugen Sajin de Tapa. The sandy wind blew past the clones, destroying them and flung Naruto into the wall. Gaara said as he approached Naruto, I won't kill you, but I will play with you. I wonder when you will just run away in fear, but it is not like I will let you do that. Naruto shouted, Suetun, Mizu Kamakiri. A fast jet of water sprang toward Gaara and cut Gaara's arm, causing the Jinchuriki to scream in agony. Naruto flipped through hand signs again and shouted, Suetun, Liken no Jutsu. Ice darts sprang from Naruto's mouth to fly towards Gaara and the monster dodged them only for Naruto to appear behind Gaara. His tail tried to swipe Naruto, but the Kyuubi Jinchuriki slid under his tail and said, 2 words Bunshin Daibakuha. The clone exploded and Gaara was caught in the blast. Naruto panted, did I get him? As the smoke cleared, Gaara was alive, but the sand was all messed up from the blast. How did you know that the base under my tail was the weak point? Naruto said, when I sent the clones in, I noticed that your back was against the wall, making a point that you were protecting some kind of weak point. Now enough chatting, time to get serious. Naruto threw a shuriken as he shouted, Shuriken Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. The Jinchuriki thought, Kyuubi, I am getting low on chakra, juice me. Kyuubi said, got it. Naruto said, Tajua Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. 2,000 clones appeared and ran at Gaara, who was still recovering. Take this Uzumaki Naruto Naizen Riden. Gaara was sent to the ground as he thought, how is this possible? Am I being defeated? Before Gaara could do anything, Naruto's fingers burned with orange chakra as he shouted, Gojyo Fuin. He placed his finger over Gaara's heart, which where the seal was located at. Gaara instantly had the sand fall off of him, and Naruto landed as he thought, phew, that was close. Good thing that Arrow Sennin taught me that before he went all Shikaku on me. Kyuubi, damage report. Kyuubi said, you got 3 broken ribs that are healed, but other than that with a few lacerations and gashes, you are fine. Naruto said, good, that means I can play with Temari-chan for a while. Gunma thought, that boy is amazing, and to think they call him the dead last. Naruto looked at Gunma with a smile, well? Are you going to call the match? Gunma said with a smirk, winner, Uzumaki Naruto. Kiba said, go Naruto. Ino said, amazing, he beat Neji and Gaara. Temari thought, unbelievable, Gaara was defeated? No way. Kankuro thought, that shrimp won the match against Gaara? He shouldn't be alive at all. Sasuke said, impossible, all of those jutsu and I couldn't even copy them. What the hell is going on? Sakura thought, is Naruto actually stronger than Sasuke-kun? No way, that is impossible. What am I thinking? Of course, Sasuke-kun is the strongest, it was just a genjutsu, yeah, a genjutsu. Kakashi thought, Naruto, just how powerful you have gotten? Just then a white-haired man with a kabuki-style dress code appeared beside Naruto. Hey, Gaki, I see that you have one. Naruto said, yeah, thanks for saving my ass with that sealing technique you taught me, Jiraiya-sensei. Jiraiya deadpanned, this is the only time that you are going to call me that, isn't it? Naruto said, yes, probably, I still haven't forgiven you for peeping on my fiancé. Jiraiya retorted, how the hell I was supposed to know that? Naruto said, you're my freaking godfather, damn it, you are supposed to know that. Jiraiya shouted, excuse me? Your father didn't tell me anything. Naruto shouted, maybe because since you are a proclaimed super pervert, that was the reason he didn't tell you anything. The crowd looked in shock as Naruto and Jiraiya were fighting back and forth. Ino asked, hey, who is that? Guy said, that is Jiraiya-sama, one of the legendary Sannin, the Toad Sage. He was taught with Hokage-sama along with his teammates Tsunade and Orochimaru back then. Despite his appearance, he can actually fight the Hokage on even terms. Sasuke said, how the hell Naruto know this guy? Guy said, I can't answer that question either. Mei slapped her forehead mentally, those two choose the time to fight now. Orochimaru thought, son of a bitch, Jiraiya is here too? Damn it, the Mizukage, Jiraiya, Sarutobi and that boy Naruto. If I do the invasion now, I will not get out of here alive. Damn it, I will kill you later, Sarutobi-sensei, just you wait. Genma said, Jiraiya-sama, Naruto-san, can we continue the matches please? Both of them looked at Genma and nodded. Jiraiya said seriously, I am glad you were able to beat Gaara, just leave everything to me now. Naruto said, good, just fix Gaara's seal, I will see to him after my match. Temari came down to face Naruto and said, I forfeit. Then she said directly to Naruto, if you can beat Gaara, imagine what you can do to me. Naruto said, plainly physically I can put you in a sex-induced coma, but I wouldn't marry that pretty face of yours. Temari said while blushing, you are an enigma to me, Naruto. Naruto said, what can I say? I am known as the #1 unpredictable ninja in Konoha. Genma said, winner of the Chunin exam finals is Naruto Uzumaki. The crowd cheered for Naruto, who smirked at this as it was ironic the pariah of the village was being cheered since he potentially just saved their asses. Sarutobi, the Kazekage and Mei came down to Naruto with the rest of the genin, facing him, and the old man said, thank you all for participating in this exam. Now will the following please approach me as I call them. Sabaku no Temari Nara Shikamaru Uzumaki Naruto. The three called stepped forward, Temari with a small smile, Shikamaru with a lazy look and Naruto with a large grin on his face, which almost made Mei's face break into a smile. Sarutobi said, you three have shown extraordinary skills and tactical expertise, strategy, cunning and trickery. You also used the terrain to your advantage and exploited your opponent's weaknesses. Therefore it is my honor and pride to dub you three as Chunin. Mei handed them their certificates and their flak jackets, then she shook each one of their hands in respect. Naruto winked at Mei, who winked back at him. Now to the rest of you, don't give up hope and proceed to do better next time. This concludes the Chunin exams, we will see you in 2 years. Thank you for your time. The crowd moved away from their seats and the Kazekage left to go brood for a moment. Shikamaru said, man, I didn't want to be a Chunin, it means more responsibility. Naruto said, but it gets your mother off your back. Shikamaru said, what a drag. He walked away to meet his team to congratulate him being a Chunin. Temari said, I never thought you would beat Gaara, Naruto. Naruto said, it sounds like you were worried about me, Temari-chan. Temari blushed and looked away as Naruto smiled, so you were well, thanks for caring. Now let's go see your brother, that seal of his should be fixed up about now. Temari said, how did you know that he had a seal? Naruto said, we are the same except I had friends while he had no one but himself. Suddenly a familiar voice called out his name. Naruto didn't need to look to see who it was since it was high-pitched. The Jinchuriki grabbed Temari, let's go, I really don't want to talk to them. He made a half-rammed seal and Mizu shunshin to Gaara's room. Gaara's room. Jiraiya was panting in exertion as he finally fixed Gaara's seal, then Naruto along with Temari appeared in the room. Hey Gaki, who is this? Jiraiya asked. Naruto said, this is Temari, Gaara's older sister. Jiraiya said, so you are the Kazekage's daughter? Temari nodded and asked, how is Gaara? Jiraiya said, he will be fine, whoever seals Shikaku inside of him was an amateur. Who puts a berserker seal on him and 3-pronged seal, that would just make Gaara's mind unstable. Temari said, it was my father, he only saw Gaara as a weapon and when he couldn't control him anymore, he sent assassins after Gaara, but the sand would always protect him. The final straw that made Gaara snap was when my uncle Yashimaru, my mother's brother, died trying to kill him. He and Gaara were close once and Gaara just became cold. Gaara's eyes fluttered open and he looked at Naruto. Then he started to scream, don't come any closer. My existence can't be extinguished. Naruto said, the pain of being alone is not an easy one to bear. Gaara was surprised to see tears in Naruto's eyes. Why is it that I can understand you? Your feelings? I already have people that are important to me, Hinata-chan, Choji, Shikamaru, Kiba, Akamaru, Hokageji, Mei-chan, Temari-chan, Ero-sensei. This people, I will not let you hurt them even if you try to kill them. I will stop you even if it means I have to kill you. Gaara said, why? Why would you go so far to protect them? Naruto answered, they were the one who saved me from the hell, you had no chance of escaping, they acknowledged my existence. Gaara thought, I see, that is why you are strong, Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto said, your sister and brother, Temari and Kankuro, they accept you, But they couldn't reach you because you wouldn't let them. They stood by you always, even to the point you were driven insane. Let them back and let them acknowledge your existence. That is when you will learn the true meaning of strength, the true meaning behind that symbol etched on your head. Love and friendship is what makes a person truly strong. Gaara said, Uzumaki Naruto, thank you. The Jinchuriki nodded, you are welcome, Gaara. Gaara turned to Temari. Temari? Temari said, yes, Gaara? Gaara said, I am sorry. Temari smiled as tears welled up in her eyes. It's all right, Gaara, you don't have to apologize. Gaara gave her a ghost of a smile and fell back asleep. Jiraiya said the new seal should keep him in control and he can finally sleep for a change. Naruto, you must be exhausted. Naruto said, I had to use so much chakra to keep up with him, but I will be fine now. Jiraiya said, that is good, I don't want you to pass out or anything. Naruto said, alright, Ero-sensei, I will leave you and Temari. I got to see Hinata-chan for a minute. Hinata and Kiba the two walked downstairs until Naruto appeared in front of them. Hey, Kiba, Akamaru, Hinata-chan. Kiba said with a grin, nice job with your matches, Naruto. You kicked ass down there. Akamaru barked his agreement with his friend and partner. Naruto said, heh, thanks, you two, I told you I would avenge Hinata. By the way, Hinata, how are you feeling? Hinata said, I'm fine, and Naruto-kun? Naruto said with a smile, that is good, the gentle fist can be taxing on a person's internal organs, so don't move too much for now. Plus I think that Niji will be nice to you now. Hinata said, thank you. Kiba said, say, Naruto, your team was looking for you, you better go find them. Naruto's smile quickly turned into a frown. Unfortunately I have nothing to say to them at the moment, so it is best that they don't find me at all. Suddenly Sasuke's voice said, Do. Naruto said, oh no, I better go, I was never here. Naruto did a half-ram seal and shunshin away while Sasuke came up. Where did he go? Did you see him? Kiba held back his grin. Nope, sorry, Sasuke, Naruto ain't here. Hinata said, we didn't see him at all. Sasuke cursed as he ran the opposite way and Kiba began to laugh at the Uchiha's antics. Mei-shi sat on top of the roof and Naruto approached her. Hey, Naruto-kun. Mei said without looking at him. Naruto said, hey, Mei-chan, thanks. Mei said, for what? Naruto said, everything. If I didn't meet you I don't know what would have happened to me in the exams. Mei said, knowing you, you would find some way to kick the arrogance out of that Hyuga. Nice touch with the taunting. Everyone in the stands was laughing their asses off. I think one of the Kazekage's bodyguards cracked a smile. Naruto said, glad that you enjoyed it. He kissed her on the cheek and Mei said, well, someone has gained some confidence. Naruto said, because of you? Flashback 1 month and 3 weeks ago. Naruto said, okay, Hokageji said that he should be by the hot springs. He turned the corner to see a white-haired man dressed like he was a kabuki. The man was giggling and writing on a notebook. Let's see, white hair, check, giggling madly, check, looks like a kabuki character, check. Now to bust his pervertness, are they any kunoichi in there? Naruto was not a self-proclaimed pervert, but unlike others, he never gets caught and usually he would be next to one and shift the blame on him. He took a peek and saw that Mei-chan had walked in and Naruto was shocked at her beauty. Mei-chan is here? That means oh hell no, the Jinchuriki thought. Naruto said, excuse me? The man without looking made a shooing motion with his hand. Naruto shouted. The man said, shh, not so loud. What do you want, kid? Naruto said, 2 things. 1, I know you are my freaking godfather, Jiraiya of the Sannin. Jiraiya was shocked for the moment, and Naruto said, and 2nd, Naruto suddenly gave him a punch that would have made Tsunade proud. Stop peeking on women. Especially my goddamn fiancé. Mei and the other women heard Naruto's outburst and ran out of the onsen to see Naruto huffing and puffing in anger. Naruto muttered, damn pervert, no respect for women and himself. And he does it in the open too. He turned around to see the women and Mei in front of him. Kyuubi said, you know you do realize that you have to tell Mei how you knew that it was her in there. Naruto thought, easy, I saw her walk into the hot springs and decided to take a break from finding the man, then I found him peeking on her. Kyuubi said, nice lie, you got that ability from me seeing that a fox is cunning and all. Mei said, Naruto, how did you find me and why did you knock that pervert? Naruto replied, I saw you walking into the onsen, so I decided to take a break from checking the hot springs in the village. Then I noticed that the description Aji-san gave me matched the same one, and he was peeking on the other side, which I knew you were on. Mei blinked for a moment and shouted, you are so sweet, Naruto-kun. Naruto blushed as his chest pressed against her ample breasts. Then he heard scratching and looked to see Jiraiya grinning and writing down furiously. "Hey, Eroaji-san!" Naruto yelled out, causing the man to fall and the women excluding Mei to beat the living daylights out of Jiraiya. Finally, after it was over, Jiraiya became serious. "So you are my godson and my old sensei sent you to fetch me, what is it?" Naruto said, "I would like you to teach me, please." Jiraiya said, "Why is your sensei teaching you?" Mei answered, "Because his sensei prefers the Uchiha over him, plus he quotes that Naruto-kun is useless, and he doesn't want his reputation sullied by him." Jiraiya frowned. "Who is he?" Naruto answered while gritting his teeth, "Kakashi Hatake." Jiraiya was pissed to say the least for two reasons. One, Sarutobi did the same thing, but he was not harsh like Kakashi and Jiraiya was hurt about it, making Sarutobi make up for his mistake later on, and two, the fucking bastard was one of Minato's students. Jiraiya said, "Fine then Naruto, I will help you train, but why is the Godame Mizukichi with you?" Naruto said, "How did you?" Jiraiya said, "Kid, the reason that I wasn't there for you was because the council had made me take this job since my expertise in information gathering was valuable to them, but I have been sending money to your account to help you about." Naruto said, "By doing what?" Jiraiya pulled out the book Ika Ika Paradise, and Naruto growled at it. Jiraiya said, "Let me guess, the idiot reads these." Naruto slowly nodded and Jiraiya said, "Well, now I guess I have to screw him over by banning him from these things." Naruto grinned, "I think this will be a great relationship, Ero-sensei." Jiraiya said, "Can you stop calling me that? Your father Minato was bad enough already." Naruto said, "Hell no, Hokageji couldn't get me to stop calling him that. What makes you think that you can?" Jiraiya turned to Mei for help, but Mei was stifling a giggle at her fiancé's actions. Jiraiya slowly pieced the two together, and he shouted, "Wait a minute, you are the Gaki's fiancé?" Mei said, "That is the gist of it, but I would ask you not to call him a Gaki in front of me or I will kill you." Jiraiya shuddered at Mei's sweet sickly smile that she was giving him. "Alright," Jiraiya said. Naruto said, "Oh, and Ero-sensei, can you teach me that move that Orochimaru did him? I think it was Gojo Fuin." Jiraiya said, "Why do you want to know that?" Naruto said, "Because there is another Jinchuriki in the exams, and if I fight him, he might become insane and release the demon. If I learn the technique, I might be able to stop him from destroying the village." Jiraiya said, "Fine, I will teach you, just be slacking off, Naruto." Naruto said, "Wouldn't dream of it, Ero-sensei." Jiraiya yelled, "Don't call me that." Flashback ends. Suddenly Kakashi was able to find Naruto talking with the Mizukichi, Naruto. Naruto said coldly, "What do you want, Hatake? Can you see that I am busy? I don't have time for you, and plus you might sully my reputation." Kakashi flinched as Naruto used his own words against him. "Naruto, I wanted to talk to you." Naruto sighed, "Fine, you got 5 minutes and I told you to address me as Uzumaki." Kakashi said, "Where did you learn those techniques from?" Naruto said, "The freaking library." Kakashi said, "That is impossible." Naruto said, "You have forgotten, Hatake, nothing is impossible around me." The one-eyed Cyclops had to admit that was a fact. "When did you get those swords?" Naruto said, "Hokageji gave them to me for a present when I saw one of the ANBU training when I was 12, he gave them to me as a birthday present." Kakashi said, "Will it be possible?" Naruto said, "Sorry, time's up, Hatake, but thanks for playing today. Please take this consolidation prize." Naruto flipped him off and the Mizukichi smirked at the antics, but Kakashi said, "Naruto, not in front of Mizukichi Dano." Mei said, "Oh, it is fine with me, besides I think it is highly unfair to neglect one person and leave the rest to fend for themselves." Kakashi said, "I don't know what lies." Mei's gaze hardened, "It is no lie, Hatake, and you know this for a fact. All you care about is reputation, and you blew off one of the strongest ninja for some copycat brat." Kakashi said, "With all due respect, I have done nothing of the sort." Mei snorted, "Please, Hatake, I was there when you were reading that book and told Naruto about his skills. You quote that he couldn't control his chakra, his jutsu were limited to academy jutsu and a B-rank ninjutsu, his taijutsu sucks ass, and his genjutsu was non-existent. Instead of you giving him a scroll to help him with it, you decided to cut your losses and hope for the best. I am very disappointed with you, and I am sure the Hokage is too, since I happened to report on how insensitive his jonin were. Needless to say, the Hokage was very displeased with your actions and said that he will deal with you accordingly." Kakashi was sweating as he tried to explain himself until a large noise alerted them to the location. Orochimaru the Snake Sannin discarded the Kazekage robes and said, "Kabuto, let's go, but summon the snakes. I might as well give Sarutobi a farewell gift. Kabuto said, so another time then, Orochimaru-sama? Orochimaru said, Sasuke will come first, then I will kill that old man after that. Also keep an eye on Naruto, he is getting too strong for his own good. If there is an opportunity, be sure to kill him. Kabuto nodded, as you wish, Orochimaru-sama. Kabuto gave the signal to the snake summoners and the snakes attacked the walls of Konoha while Orochimaru's evil laugh rang in the distance. Soon Konoha will crumble and burn in the ashes of their own will of fire. Orochimaru said evilly. Konoha Naruto said, son of a bitch, the bastard is attacking? The Jinchuriki thought, I'd better move so I wouldn't show Hatake my summoning contract, or else he will try to make me give it to Uchiha team. Naruto shined toward the snake and bit his thumb, then he lifted up his sleeve to spread blood on the tattoo to bring out Yamada no Orochi. So soon, Naruto-kun? What is the problem? Yamada said. Naruto said, your cousins are trying to destroy the village. Yamada's eyes narrowed, those snakes I will kill them without mercy. Naruto said, history between the two of you? Yamada said, Manda, the snake boss tried to overthrow me, but I was too strong and I took away his status, then I banished the snake from my realm. It seems that the asshole has established his own realm. The Jinchuriki smirked, then let's get to work, Yamada-chan. Yamada said, right? Immediately the snake locked onto Yamada and converged on her, but then they heard Jiraiya's shout, Kuchios, Yatai Kazushi no Jutsu. A giant toad with two swords on his back appeared and squashed some of the snakes with Jiraiya on top of it. Nice job, Gamahiro, so that is your summon, Naruto? Naruto said, yes, is she wonderful? Yamada said, oh Naruto-kun, stop that, you are making me blush. Jiraiya said, we better take care of these summons before they cause any more damage. Naruto said, right, but first henge. Naruto transformed into Mei and said, I want to keep this summon a secret since Hatake might try to steal it. Jiraiya said, good thinking, I noticed that she is at the Hokage tower, so she will be fine, let's go, Gamahiro. Gamahiro said, right. He drew his swords and began to carve up the opposition, while Naruto/Mei with Yamada no Orochi killed 8 snakes at a time. Yamada no Orochi has heads that controls the elements, fire, water, lightning, earth, wind, shadow, light, and finally ice. Gamahiro, give me some oil, Jiraiya shouted. Gamahiro flung up his swords and flipped through hand signs, Gamayuden. Jiraiya shouted, Katan, Gamaya Enden. The oil-covered snakes were burned, writhing in pain, and Yamada finished the job with a combination of hers and Naruto. Naruto-kun, send a lightning attack. Naruto said, you got it. Right-un, Kangekiha. Yamada said, Hayatan, Taketsu Urano. The ice breath coupled with the lightning provided the attack with a shocking surprise. Naruto said, hey Yamada, I got a phrase for this. Yamada said, what is that? Naruto said, the name is Uzumaki. I put a shock to your system. Yamada said, nice phrase. A/N, don't own static shock, ha, WB can't sue my ass. Soon the battle was over and Yamada was dismissed along with Gamahiro. Naruto and Jiraiya came up together, and the sage said, nice work there, kid. Your summon is perfect for you. Naruto said, damn straight. Suddenly Sasuke and Sakura found him and Naruto groaned while Jiraiya took a glance at them. I finally found you, Naruto, Sasuke said, how dare you steal my chance to defeat Gaara? Sakura chimed in, yeah, Sasuke-kun should have had that match, not you. Naruto replied, it is not my fault that your ass was not on time, and don't even start that I got special treatment because the Hokage can't show favoritism to his shinobi no matter how close they are. Now go away and go fuck like rabbits or something. Sakura intelligently threw her fist at Naruto, who sighed and grabbed it. Then he twisted it to the side and kicked behind her kneecaps, bringing her down to the ground. Listen, Haruno, I will not tolerate you trying to hit me at all, I will not. I repeat, will not be your punching bag every time the Uchiha rejected you to get fucked in your dry, seeing that Kakashi is a better candidate than you. So I will advise you to never cross me again, and oh, from now on, you will address me as Uzumaki-san, not Naruto or Baka. Are we clear? Sakura said nothing, but tears were silently streaming from her eyes and Naruto increased his grip. Are we clear? Sakura cried out, hi. Naruto let go of her and said, good, now get out of my sight. Sakura quickly moved away from Naruto while she was crying a bit, but Sasuke said, Dobe, how come I can't copy your jutsu? Naruto said, because that is a secret, Uchiha. Now I suggest you go run along and go suck Hataki's. Jiraiya snickered at the Uchiha's red face and Sasuke said, I demand that you tell me where did you learn those jutsu? Naruto said, go check the damn library. Goodbye, Uchiha. I pray that we will never meet again. Sasuke said. We are not done. The Uchiha stopped to see Tiger's fang at his throat, and Naruto said in a menacing tone, I prefer that you back off, Uchiha, or else I am gonna have to take away those pretty eyes of yours, capiche? Then we are going for a little walk around Konoha and bada bing bada boom, end of story. Naruto thought, note to self, stop watching The Godfather, and Hakarizega doesn't own this either. Where the hell did that come from? Sasuke backed up slowly and said, fine, Naru. Naruto said, Uzumaki, I have cast off Team 7, this is no longer my team. Sasuke said, this is your team, you can't abandon us. Naruto said, it seems that you were the ones who abandoned me. You can ask Hatake if your feeble mind can't understand the shit I am saying. Sasuke said, Nar? Naruto said, Uzumaki, I will not tell you again. Sasuke said, fine, Uzumaki, this is not over. Naruto said, it is already over this time, Uchiha. We run out of time and reasons to be Team 7. Hatake thinks I am a waste of space. You care about nothing but revenge, and Haruno cares about getting her virginity taken by her precious Sasuke-kun. We were never a team to begin with. We scraped by luck. Naruto left along with Jiraiya, who said, well done, Naruto, let's hope we won't regret it at all. Naruto said, trust me, Jiraiya-sensei, I will not regret any of it at all. Then an ANBU came down. Jiraiya-sama, Naruto-san, the council and the Hokage wished to see you. Naruto gave a feral smirk and Jiraiya said, I know that smirk, you planned on screwing over the council with your heritage, aren't you? Naruto said, yes, won't Hatake be surprised that he neglected his sensei's own son? I bet you 20 bottles of sake that he will be begging me to forgive him along with the rest of the villagers, considering the law when it comes to harming heirs. Jiraiya said, wait, oh, that is so devious, how did you know about that law? Naruto said, Aji-san showed me it after I told him that I knew, and since I have a photographic memory, I know every single act against me. No one in their right mind would endure that crap. Jiraiya said, oh, the council is screwed. Naruto said, no, they are not screwed, they are fucked sideways. Council room. Naruto and Jiraiya walked inside of the room to see the civilian council, the elders along with Danzo glaring at Naruto. The shinobi side looked like they didn't want to be here, and Naruto started off, okay, this doesn't go to the shinobi side since I know for a damn fact they didn't call me unless I did a prank, so what the fuck you people want? A random member of the civilian council shouted, shut up and give us the respect we deserve, brat. Naruto glared at him as the member wilted under the gaze of the Jinchuriki. You are in no position to order me around, civilian. I suggest that you keep your trap shut, or I see to it that you will get very acquainted with Dragon's Claw. The civilian gulped as Naruto fingered the hilt, ready to draw it. Naruto said, now I will ask again why the fuck you called this meeting for? Danzo said smugly, we want to know what exactly Jiraiya trained you in over the month. Naruto said, besides writing poetry, he taught me to properly control my chakra since my asshole of a sensei didn't bother to train anyone except the Uchiha, and the sealing method that I used on Gaara. One of the members screeched out, you lie. Jiraiya said, Haruno, my apprentice speaks the truth. Hatake has done nothing but taught him the aspects of teamwork and the tree-walking exercise, which the idiot should have taught before they were sent on that C-rank turned A-rank mission. Your banshee of a daughter is on his team, as a matter of fact. Hamura said, Jiraiya, you took this boy as your apprentice? The Uchiha is a much better candidate than him. The Toad Sannin said, please, the Uchiha can kiss my ass. Wait, let me take that back, he is gay since he has been riding Hatake's ass 24/7. Kohara said, Jiraiya? Jiraiya said, what? It is the truth. The shinobi were shaking with mirth, partly at Jiraiya's questioning of Sasuke's sexual preference, and the look on the civilians' faces. Naruto said, it is the truth. Oh, come on, seriously, he had a freaking fan club at his beck and call, including Haruno's daughter. They all asked if they could practically fuck him. Well, almost all of them. Hinata didn't like his attitude, and Ino was not that desperate, unlike Haruno. The councilwoman shouted, how dare you? Naruto said, it is true and you know it, Haruno. Hell, I bet you encouraged her to act like a slut, so you could get more power, right? The Haruno said nothing, confirming Naruto's suspicions. Naruto said, honestly, I think I fell off the Hokage tower when I was young. I have no idea what I saw in the bitch. Councilwoman Haruno snarled at Naruto, who just looked at her and flipped her off. Sarutobi said, enough. Let's get this over with now. We have to appoint a new Hokage. I am getting too old for this shit. Jiraiya said, finally something intelligent. I agree, but I will not be this village's leader. No ifs, ands or buts about it. Danzo said, what? Why not? Jiraiya said, the fact that some idiots tried to kill an innocent boy on the fact that he is a demon. Also trying to saboteur said boy's education, making him practically near useless and blatant favoritism. Plus you all will try to walk over me. Danzo said, we are? Jiraiya countered, bullshit, Danzo, I may be a self-proclaimed pervert, but I am not naive. Sarutobi said, then who do you suggest, Jiraiya? Jiraiya took on an evil smirk, my old teammate, Tsunade. Danzo panicked. Tsunade was the granddaughter of the Shodaime, practically royalty, and the most stubborn person of the Sannin. When she wants to do something, she wouldn't budge an inch from her decision. Sarutobi said, Tsunade? But she has not stepped in the village for years and keep roaming about to avoid us. Jiraiya said, I think I can convince her to come, besides I think she will be very pleasant, especially when she finds out that her godson is alive, and she has been lied to. One of the civilians asked, who is her godson? Jiraiya said, why, Naruto Uzumaki? Naruto said, Jiraiya-sensei, you know that is not my real name. Jiraiya said, you are right, I am sorry, Naruto, I meant to say Naruto Namikaze. The room was silence for a moment, and then Kohara stuttered, did you say Namikaze? Naruto said, you must be going deaf, so I will repeat it. My true name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, the son of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. The Hirano said, that is impossible. Naruto said, I am known as the most unpredictable ninja in Konoha, let's just say payback is a bitch. The civilian council members paled in fear and Naruto gave an evil smirk, now it is going to be paid in full considering the fact that each one of you have wronged me in the past including others, therefore due to a law dating back to the Shodaime's rule, there is a law against harming heirs to respected clans without valid reason. That person must give half of their possessions including money, houses, etc. One of the civilians shouted, you lie. You can't be the Yandaime's son. Jiraiya said, it is no lie considering the fact that he looks like him. Also Sarutobi-sensei, Tsunade and I witnessed Naruto's birth. Hell, Tsunade was the one who brought him into this world. We have a copy of his birth certificate, and a blood test which has a 98% match to my deceased student. He is the son of the Yellow Flash. Naruto said, so now the orphanage is mine, half of the stores will be owned by me. Some of your houses will be owned by me and you will be kicked out, but I will be merciful. They all just have to live in my shitty apartment complex, that I own now too. The civilian council roared in outrage, you can't do that. Naruto said, I can and I will. Besides, failure to comply to this will force me to take action by seizing your possessions by force, then you will be jailed and given 30 lashes by whip. So guess what? I am no longer your bitch, you are mine to play with. When I say jump, you said how high. The civilian council wilted under his gaze and the realization sunk it, they were seriously fucked with a 10-foot pole up their asses. Naruto continued, also why my fiancé was not notified that I was alive? Care to explain, Danzo, Hamura, Koharu? Kohara said, what are you talking about? Sarutobi said, the fact that you two have gone behind my back and sabotaged a union. There are only two people that have the seal of the Hokage, me and you two. I had Inoichi search my mind of any suppressed memories or recollection of it. What did we find? Nothing at all. Hamura and Kohara sweated under the Hokage's gaze as he said, now it seems that we have two loose cannons. I never would have believed that you two, my own teammates, would do such a thing. This count as treason, and because of your actions, we would have gone to war. Anbu, take them to a holding cell, also have a Biki toy with them for a bit, then we will see what is inside those heads of yours. Danzo said, Hokage-sama, you can't do this. Sarutobi said, are you questioning my authority, Danzo? Is there something that you wish to share with us? If there is a valid reason why they should not be treated like traitors, then please, the floor is yours. Danzo said, I have nothing to share, Hokage-sama. Naruto said, but I would like you all to meet my fiancé. Sarutobi nodded to Nico, send her in. Mei came in and Sarutobi said, ladies and gentlemen, meet Mei Terumi, the Godame Mizukage and Naruto Namikaze's fiancé. Danzo thought, shit, that means he knows about me sending one of my root operatives to her. Sarutobi glared at Danzo as he thought, that is right, bitch, I got you cornered, so better watch yourself or I will not hesitate to kill you. I can't convict you for the Anbu sighting since it was a personal note, but I can take your conspirators away from you. Mei said, hey Naruto-kun. She kissed Naruto on the cheek and he said, hey Mei-chan. Sarutobi said, since Naruto's heritage has been revealed, he gained his seat and his father's possessions as well as his mother's. I expect that everyone that has wronged him in the past will comply with the law that Naruto has revealed. Some said, Hokage-sama, although I don't doubt Naruto's power, but is it wise to reveal his heritage so soon? We should wait until he reached the rank of Jounin. Naruto said, with all due respect, Sum-sama, I have trained under the strongest Sannin and a Kage-level shinobi under a month, let alone survive against a Jinchuriki on the verge of releasing his own bijou in the stadium. Plus IWA is slightly fearful if they know that a Namikaze is here. They will have to be cautious against me since my father was known for the Haration. Since I am not of age yet, my godfather will represent for me. The civilians were afraid of Naruto now. The pariah of the village was their beloved Yandame's son, which means that from Naruto's wicked smile along with Sarutobi's and Jiraiya's they were fucked sideways with a 10-foot kanabo. A/N. It is a heavy club like a hexagonal bat only with metal spikes. Sarutobi said, now Jiraiya, how are you going to get Tsunade back? Jiraiya said, I will be taking Chunin Naruto Namikaze with me to find her. Since he is my apprentice and a Chunin, he can be transferred from his genin team. Hayashi said, I don't think that bringing Naruto will be enough. There is still some pain left in her heart because of the Third Great Shinobi War. She lost her brother and lover in one sitting. Jiraiya said, that is true, but Naruto has shared the same sort of loneliness in his heart as well. No thanks to this village. He is the perfect candidate to go with me on this mission. No, I am not taking the Uchiha nor teaching him anything. The little shit needs to learn some manners and humility as well. Besides, if he met Tsunade, she would kill him in a heartbeat. Sharingan be damned. Inoichi said, well, we agree with this matter. Now on the next issue, we have heard that the Kazekage was killed and Suna was in cohorts with Orochimaru, posing as the Kazekage during the exams. Danzo said, we should exterminate them, they can't be trusted at all. Inoichi said, however, Suna was desperate due to the loss of military power after the fact that the Wind Daimyo cut their funding and sent missions to us. Therefore, it was no choice, seeing Orochimaru can be highly persuasive when he wants to. Shibi Aburame said, so what does this mean? Inoichi said, apparently Tsunagakure has offered the daughter of the Kazekage's hand in marriage to one of our shinobi. The Haruno bitch said, she is offered to Sasuke Uchiha. Inoichi smirked, no, Suna is not fearful of him. You see, Gaara was their strongest warrior and they have given the daughter of the Kazekage to the one who defeated Sabaku no Gaara Namikaze Naruto. Naruto said, what? Inoichi said, let us face the facts. Uchiha has Katan Jutsu and if I am right, he should have another jutsu that was able to pierce through Gaara's defense. But if Gaara would have released his bijou, he would have not survived. Naruto, on the other hand, defeated the defense by exploiting its weaknesses to water and lightning, also used the sealing method that disrupted Gaara's chakra, preventing a massacre on our hands. Tsunagakure fears your power, and since Gaara has been defeated by you, Naruto, they are wondering what else we could do to them. To make the easy way out, they are offering an alliance through a political marriage. Naruto said, so I am marrying Tamari-chan, huh? Fine, I have to do this anyway with the CRA and all. Shikaka said, next, since there will be an alliance between Konoha and Kiri and I am sure Mizuki Dano doesn't trust anyone but you, Naruto, you are going to be the ambassador. Naruto nodded and asked, is that all? The Haruno council member said, no, you insulted and assaulted my daughter as well as the Uchiha. Jiraiya said, bullshit. Your daughter practically assaulted my apprentice in broad daylight in front of me. He was well in his rights to defend himself. Also, the Uchiha practically demanded him to tell him where he get his jutsu and techniques. Also berated him for abandoning his team. You will do well to keep that banshee mouth of yours shut. I would hate to see what a certain Kage could do to you. The councilwoman looked fearfully at Mei's face. She had her smile, but the fact is that she was absolutely terrified of her. A/N. I bet money that she is Unohana's reincarnation or something, Sarutobi said. Nothing else. Good then, meeting adjourned. Naruto, be ready to leave with Jiraiya to find my student. Naruto nodded and left along with Mei and Jiraiya. The shinobi side parted ways while the civilian moved to their home fearfully. Danzo was seething in his mind. He was lucky that he didn't tell Hamura and Koharu anything incriminating or he would have been executed too, but he knew that he will be closely monitored now. His plans to get Naruto under his thumb were harder than ever. Orochimaru's plan was compromised. Naruto has revealed his heritage, and he was a hero on top of that. If he were to be killed, Kiri would descend upon them along with Suna and the majority of Konoha now. His fraction of root ninja were strong, but completely be overwhelmed by the numbers. Therefore he had to devise a plan to kill the Mizukage and Naruto discreetly without any way to trace it back to him. The question was how? 2 days later, north wall of Konoha. 2 figures were on the top of the wall. They were wearing straw hats with paper streamers on the side. Their cloaks had high collars and were black with red clouds on them. The tall one had strange blue skin and his face closely resembled a shark, and the shorter one was silent with black hair, but you couldn't see his face. Well, it seemed that it is still untouched. Are you feeling nostalgic? The tall shark man said to his partner. The shorter one said, no, I don't feel nostalgic at all. He lifted his eyes up to see Konoha clearly. His eyes held a fully matured Sharingan. Orochimaru the Snake Sannin cursed, "Damn that bitch, she ruined everything. Sasuke was supposed to be the trigger, and that Uzumaki brat fucked up everything too." Kabuto said, "But we did manage to have Sasuke Uchiha afflicted with your curse seal of heaven. What is your next move?" Orochimaru said, "Simple, we need a strong person on our side to help take care of our Mizukage problem, and I am sure that you can take out Uzumaki Naruto without any problems." Kabuto said, "Of course, Orochimaru-sama, but who are we recruiting?" Orochimaru said, "My old teammate Tsunade." "To restaurant," the tall man said, "It's been a long journey, wanna have a drink before we begin our search?" The Sharingan wielder agreed and stepped into the restaurant, wary of the Jonin that was posted up on the wall like he was some kind of badass. That person was Kakashi Hatake. The one-eyed Cyclops was waiting on his prized pupil when Asuma and Kurenai arrived together. When they saw Kakashi, they nodded to him, but inwardly were disgusted by him. The Uchiha was a loose cannon, and Kakashi did nothing to reprimand the kid for attacking Gaara because he was disqualified for being late. To tell you the truth, Kurenai personally believed that Sasuke needed an ass-whooping to get his ego deflated. Asuma asked, "What are you doing here, Kakashi? I thought you hated sweets." Kakashi said, "I am here to pick up a few things and I'm waiting for Sasuke." The Jonins noticed that the shorter man's hand on the cup tightened a bit. Then Sasuke came over. "It is surprising that you are on time for once in your life, Kakashi." Kakashi said, "This tends to happen on a rare chance." Sasuke looked over to see no one and said, "I hate sweets." Kakashi nodded to Asuma and Kurenai. The two disappeared after the mysterious duo. The two were stopped by Asuma and Kurenai. Then the chain smoker spoke, "You two don't look like the locals, why are you here?" The shorter man said, "Long time no see, Asuma-san, Kurenai-san." Asuma answered, "You seem to know us, were you a ninja from here?" The shorter man said nothing, but raised his hat to show his Sharingan eyes, and Asuma said, You are Uchiha Itachi." The blue man lifted his hat and said, "I guess I have to introduce myself too since you two know Itachi. I am Kisame Hashigaki." Kurenai said, "You are a missing nin from Kiri, also responsible for killing some of Kiri's daimyos and the destruction of neighboring countries. Why are two S-rank criminals here?" Asuma said, "Judging by the outfit they have a purpose. What is it? Why are you back here? You know after that incident you caused you would be killed on sight." Itachi said, "Asuma, Kurenai, get out of our way, I don't want to kill you." Kisame took the bandaged sword off of his back and slammed it down to the ground, breaking the concrete. Kisame asked, "Can I kill him? He is so annoying." Itachi said in monotone, "It seems that they will not let us leave, just try to keep it down, or you will attract more flies." Kisame grinned as he hefted his sword and swung it downwards. Asuma took out his trench knives and blocked the attack while Kurenai made hand signs to disappear like a ghost. Itachi thought, "This is Genjutsu." Itachi's Sharingan eyes widened with a sheen, and Asuma thought as he was struggling with Samahata, "He can easily pressure me with the tip of his sword, what power." Kisame's mouth widened in a toothy grin as he yanked the sword back. The sword on Asuma's shoulder unraveled its bandages and ripped at Asuma's arm. Kisame said, "My Samahata doesn't cut it, shave people to pieces." Asuma said as he held his arm, "Damn Kurenai, you are pretty slow." Suddenly Itachi was trapped against a tree and Kurenai appeared inside of it with a kunai in her hand. "It's over." Suddenly Kurenai found herself trapped in her own genjutsu. Itachi said, "Nice genjutsu, but that level is useless against me." Kurenai thought, "This is counter-jutsu." Itachi let a kunai slip into his hand and Kurenai bit her lip to get out of the genjutsu. She immediately ducked up his swipe, but then she saw his foot speeding toward her and was forced to cross her arms to soften the blow. She was launched to the lake and Asuma cried out, "Kurenai." Kisame said, "You don't have time to worry about others." Asuma was forced to dodge his attacks while Itachi appeared behind Kurenai, as expected from you, Kurenai, but... Suddenly a new voice said, "Sorry, but the person that it is over for is you, Itachi." Asuma saw an opening and aimed his knuckle blades at Kisame's head. Kisame shifted his head to the side, but then a cut appeared on his cheek. "What?" Kisame said in surprise. Then he noticed that Asuma's blades were covered with chakra. Kisame flipped through hand signs, Suiton, Suikoden. The jutsu was launched, but another one was thrown in the path, canceling it out. Itachi said, "Hatake Kakashi, the one behind him was a Kage Bunshin, while the real one blocked Kisame's jutsu." Kisame grinned, "Ah, the copy ninja. I heard that you and Zabuza-chan got in a fight, a good opportunity to shred you into ribbons." Itachi barked, "Kisame, stop messing around. You take too long in your fights, which will make us bound to be found out by ANBU. Don't forget our mission." Kakashi asked. What is this mission? Itachi said, we are looking for something. Kakashi said, and that is? Itachi said, if I tell you then I have to kill you. Unlike Kisame, I won't waste time. Itachi's hand popped out shuriken, and Kakashi immediately shouted, Suiton, Suijin Hiki. A wall of water surrounded Kakashi to protect him from Itachi's Suiton, Suigaden. His jutsu is too fast, my eyes can't keep up with me. From the looks of it, he used the shuriken as bait, and used Suiton to attack my legs. The one-eyed bastard thought. Itachi said, your eye is highly remarkable. Kakashi. Then a Kage Bunshin of Itachi appeared behind Kakashi to stab him with a kunai, am I right? Kurenai said, Kage Bunshin? His jutsu is very fast. Suddenly Kakashi turned into water and Kisame said, Mizu Bunshin, he knows our techniques very well. Kurenai commented, nice one, Kakashi. Kakashi grabbed Kurenai, get down, this is the Kage Bunshin. Kurenai thought, what? Suddenly Itachi whispered, Bunshin Daibakuha. The clone exploded and Asuma shouted, Kakashi, Kurenai. He rushed on the water to see that the two were okay and Itachi said, it is impressive that you can use the Sharingan to that extent even though you are not of our blood, but still it doesn't suit you at all, Kakashi. Do you know why we are known as the strongest? I will show you the true power of the Sharingan. Kakashi's eyes widened, it couldn't be. Then he shouted, you two close your eyes and don't open them. Only the ones with Sharingan can counter his technique. Itachi said, that is correct. Only someone with Sharingan can provide resistance to the jutsu, but only someone with Uchiha blood has a chance of defeating this Genjutsu Tsukuyumi. Suddenly Kakashi was crucified to a cross and clones of Itachi came with katanas in their hands. Everything was inverted and Itachi said, within this realm space-time everything is under my control. For the next 72 hours, you will be shanked by these katana repeatedly. The clones immediately proceeded to shank Kakashi and then Kakashi dropped to his knees after the Tsukuyumi was over. Both Itachi and Kakashi were panting hard, then Kisame said, Ho? That jutsu is to break people's spirits. But you are still alive however, Itachi, that eye is dangerous to you as well. Kakashi questioned, are you after Sasuke? Itachi said, no, we are after the Nine Tails. Kurenai said, Naruto? Kakashi said, what do you want with the Kyuubi? Itachi said, that is none of your concern. Kisame, take them. Kisame charged at them. But then he was sent flying with a kick and a shout, Konoha Gariki Senpu. Kisame landed on his feet and asked, who are you? The man said, the Leaf's noble beast Mato guy. Kisame commented, funny guy, what is with the outfit, are you an exotic beast? Itachi said, don't take him lightly. Kakashi keeled over in exhaustion and Guy grabbed the man while Asuma said, Guy, don't look in Itachi's eyes. Guy said, I know that you can open your eyes, just focus on his feet, that is how I trained to beat the Sharingan. He gave Kakashi to Kurenai, Kurenai, take Kakashi to the hospital Asuma and I will take them. Kisame said, you have guts. Itachi said, Kisame, forget about it, we didn't come here to start a war. Plus Sensei and Biu are on their way. Kisame said, and I finally got excited, that is too bad. The two fled using the Shunshin no Jutsu and meanwhile in the forest, a frustrated Uchiha was training hard as usual. How much more do I need to grow? Naruto has thunderous power, and he never showed it at the academy. Where has he been hiding that power? How can I get that power, and why is my Sharingan unable to copy his jutsu? The Uchiha thought. Naruto said, ready to go, Mei-chan, Ero-sensei. Mei said, hi, Naruto-kun, we must continue your training in your Kekkei Genkai. Itachi and Kisame watched them and Kisame said, it seems that Jiraiya and the new Mizukage are here, this is going to be a problem for me at least. She knows my capabilities and Jiraiya knows yours. Itachi said, then we have to separate them, I will isolate the Sannin, you isolate the Mizukage. After Jiraiya have been occupied, I will go after Naruto. Sasuke ran through the village, he found Kakashi with Kurenai, Guy and Asuma surrounding his sleeping form. They were being suspicious until a random Jonin fucked it up by mentioning Itachi and chasing Naruto. Hotel Jiraiya said, okay, we will stay here for tonight. Then he noticed a woman that was looking at him and sent a wink across the hotel. Jiraiya has a perverted grin on his face. Naruto, here is the room key, go and refine your chakra. Naruto rolled his eyes, whatever, Kyufa, go and do your research, means more alone time with Mei-chan. Mei said, Naruto, are you implying what I think you are? Naruto said, no, not yet, but I didn't say any cuddling was not allowed. Mei smirked and then her eyes narrowed. Naruto, I know that you want to do that, but I am going to have to postpone it for a while. Naruto said, I know, be careful, that man's chakra level is unreal, it rivals at least the tail of Kyuubi's. Mei nodded and moved away from Naruto, who went up to his room. The boy tossed his backpack on the bed and practiced his chakra control by balancing a kunai on his finger. Suddenly there was a knock at the door and Naruto thought, he got rejected already? That was fast. He opened to the door to reveal Itachi Uchiha. Naruto smirked, I had a feeling that it was not a coincidence you are after Kyuubi, right, Akatsuki? Itachi said, so Jiraiya told you about our organization, will you come quietly? Naruto said, hell no, considering the fact that you want to take the Kyuubi. I would have to die, I refuse to die a virgin. Tell you what, you can get me when I have a lot of kids, my wives, and when I am an old man. Itachi said, that is not an option, but it is nice to see you alive, Sasuke. Sasuke said, Uchiha Itachi, I will kill you. Naruto said, for the record, Itachi, I blame you and that Mangekyo Sharingan of yours, you really fucked him up. Itachi said nothing. Sasuke growled out, I have cursed you, despised you, hated you, I have been wanting to say this for a long time. I have lived hating you and I lived only to kill you. I have lived for this. Sasuke activated his Chidori as he yanked down his collar. Itachi murmured, Chidori? Naruto sighed, damn it, Sasuke, you are to get your ass killed. Sasuke dragged the Chidori across the wall as he charged at Itachi, but then Itachi was able to knock it into the wall. Naruto jumped and swiped at Itachi's head with Tiger's Fang. Itachi was forced to let go of Sasuke's wrist and Naruto said, look, Sasuke, I don't like you, but I will not stand by to watch you get killed. He tossed Dragon's Claw at Sasuke and he grabbed it in his hand. I will be taking that back after we destroyed your brother. Mei Kisame Hashigaki, why are you here? Mei asked. Kisame said, it has been a long time, Mei-chan. How is Chojuro? Mei said, he is fine. Kisame said, never thought that you, one of the 7 shinobi swordsmen of the mist, would become Mizukage. Mei said, are you going to talk about old times or are you going to come back to the village peacefully? Kisame said, no, I prefer my life how it is, dodging danger, fighting strong opponents, especially that 9-tails brat, he seems strong. Mei took a scroll out and unsealed her sword. The sword was big, about 50 inches, and had a scimitar style to it. It was deep red, and when the light reflected on it, it was like the color was alive and moving. It seems that Samahata get reacquainted with Kazan Erasure. I will not let you harm Naruto-kun. Kisame grinned and hefted Samahata, you were always a nuisance to me with that demon blade of yours. Mei glared at Kisame and the two proceeded to battle. Mei held Kazan Erasure horizontal to her face, feeling the heat rolling off of it. Meanwhile her opponent, Kisame Hashigaki, released a toothy grin as Samahata shredded its bandages for the second time today. The odd blue giant moved against the water shadow, poised to slam his sword down upon Mei with his strength. Mei, noticing the maneuver, quickly rolled to the side as Samahata smashed the ground. She slashed at his legs, but the Mist Nuke-nin dodged only for Kisame to jump away. Mei followed him to slash at his torso, but Kisame quickly used Samahata to shield himself from the slash. Then the man swung Samahata toward Mei's side and the Mizukage moved back only for her sleeve to be shredded and some of her chakra was taken. Kisame gave the woman a toothy grin. Heh, what's wrong? You don't look so presentable anymore, Mizukage Dano. Mei gritted her teeth for a moment to staunch some of the bleeding on her shoulder. Then Kisame came toward her to attack her wounded shoulder, but Mei was able to roll away and swipe at Kisame's sword arm. The Mist Nuke-nin dodged only for his sleeve to be burned. Kisame sighed, you see, this is why I hate that damn sword of yours always burning everything. Mei shot back, oh, like you are one to talk, yours is a bottomless pit that eats your opponent's chakra and then gives it to you, hence giving you the nickname Monster of the Mist. Kisame countered, why are you complaining? Samahata can't get near your sword when you channel your fire-natured chakra. She gets irritated by heat. Mei snorted, but that damn thing is still annoying. Kisame shouted as he charged at her, you are wasting time. Kisame and Mei clashed using intricate movements, each strike was much too close for comfort. Mei blocked Kisame's overhand smash, bringing her down to one knee. The shark-like man said, Ho? Where did you find this strength from? Never happened during our spars. Mei gritted her teeth as she struggled to push back Kisame's sword, not about to tell you. With tremendous strength, she was able to catch Kisame off guard and give herself an opening. She quickly waved her hand over the flat side of Kazan Erasure. The scimitar exploded into life, flames burning over the blade. Nenshisuga! Mei shouted as she swung down Kazan Erasure diagonally. The blow crashed against the Kiri-no-Kanin's chest, burning a majority of Kisame's Akatsuki cloak and giving him second and third-degree burns. Kisame grimaced, ugh, damn it, it seems we are still at a standstill for now, I am done playing with you. Itachi should be done by now with that Uzumaki brat. Mei said, what? Kisame managed a grin as he felt Samahata slowly healing his burns. It was fun playing with you again, Mei-san. Kisame did a Mizu Shunshin while Mei cursed lightly as she sheathed her sword, then resealed it. I need to get to Naruto-kun now. Kisame was serving as a distraction for me to get him alone. If Naruto is up against Uchiha Itachi, then he will have a lot of difficulty dealing with him, she thought as she ran through the forest to conserve her energy. Naruto, Sasuke, Itachi said, so you won't come peacefully, Naruto-kun? Naruto said, no, I am not interested on being buddy-buddy with you. Sasuke gripped Dragon's Claw as Itachi said, we need you to fulfill our goals as Akatsuki. Naruto retorted cheekily, no, you don't need me, you need the dark side of my power that the Yondaime, or my father took the time to seal away to do the typical take over the world business like every fucking anime that makes sense. Itachi took out a scroll as Sasuke thought, Uzumaki is the Yondaime's son? Itachi said, so you finally know about your heritage, Naruto-kun? The Jinchuriki replied, nobody bothered to notice that I look like an exact copy of him. Just take away the whiskers and you have a mini yellow flash. Sasuke finally found his voice. How is that possible, Naruto? The Namikaze said, it is Namikaze to you, I thought I told you this. Sasuke replied, you said Uzumaki? Naruto smirked, I did say that. Now it is Namikaze that you should address to me now, but this is not the time to discuss this now, Sasuke. The older Uchiha asked as he unsealed his old Anbu katana, Naruto-kun, are you sure that you are going to resist and not come quietly? Sasuke shouted, Itachi, you are going to die here by my hand. Itachi ignored him and looked at Naruto intently, but the Jinchuriki was looking at his chest instead to avoid eye contact. Well, I was going to escape, but now since your little brother is here, I do kinda have to make sure that he stays alive or the council and Hatake team along with Aruno team will be on my ass. Itachi said, I see. Then he struck against Naruto, and the Jinchuriki was prepared to block his strike until Sasuke moved in front and blocked his brother's katana. Stop ignoring me. I will be the one to kill you and avenge the Uchiha clan. Your fight is with me, not Namikaze. The Nukenin said, foolishness, Sasuke, foolishness. Itachi grabbed Sasuke's wrist and twisted it to the side, making the younger Uchiha drop Dragon's Claw to the ground. Naruto decided to intervene by flipping the katana on the blunt side and thrust it above the crook of his teammate's elbow. Itachi jumped away to avoid the thrust, forcing him to relinquish his brother's wrist. Naruto said, Uchiha, we both are not ready to defeat Itachi. Then he thought to himself, even though now I should be able to kick Hataki's ass no problem, Itachi is a different story. I doubt I could defeat him using my own strength. Plus I can't afford to have an argument about this if I tell the bastard my true strength, and then have him spit out his superiority complex shit. Then he continued, we got to work together on this. Sasuke growled, this is my fight. I have cursed him, hated him with every living fiber of my body. The Jinchuriki retorted, Sasuke, your brother was a fucking former ANBU and now a S-rank criminal like Orochimaru, who I recall, kicked both our asses without even trying. He also have better use of the Sharingan than you or Hatake team. On the other hand, you are a genin with Chunin level skills and equipped with Katon Jutsu that he instantly knows and an assassination Jutsu that needs the victim to be immobile for a secure kill. Me, I got Suiton and Right-on Jutsu that he will just copy and use against me. Sasuke shouted, no! I will kill him! This ends now, he will die today! He flipped through hand signs and activated Chidori, then ran at Itachi while his Jutsu tore through a section of the wall. Naruto sighed at his antics as he charged in after him while picking up Dragon's Claw. Itachi secretly groaned at his brother's arrogance and idiocy as he merely knocked his attack into the wall, making a huge hole. Then Naruto jumped over Sasuke and slashed downwards, making Itachi block it with his katana. Sasuke tried to trip Itachi, but the older Uchiha saw it and stepped back. Naruto crouched and bounced off the side of the wall to attack Itachi, but Itachi, using his Sharingan, was able to follow Naruto's maneuver and threw Sasuke into him. Itachi grabbed Sasuke and threw him away to the other side. Time to go, Naruto-kun, Itachi said as he was going to force Naruto to open his eyes to induce him in a sleeping genjutsu, but Sasuke got up and charged at him with a cry. He threw a fist and Itachi caught it in his hand. Sasuke charged up his second Chidori and aimed at Itachi's heart, but his older brother grabbed his wrist and said, you are a nuisance. With that, he broke Sasuke's wrist and the younger Uchiha roared in pain, but Itachi didn't stop there. He sent a punch to Sasuke's solar plexus, then sent a knee to his chin. Next, he repeated the gut punch against the young Avenger. Even now there's still a gap between us. Why is there so big of a difference? Sasuke thought. Itachi picked Sasuke up by the neck and slammed him into the wall while Sasuke thought, what the hell have I been doing all this time? Itachi whispered, Tsukuyami. Suddenly Sasuke was in his brother's inverted world and heard his brother's voice echo, for 24 hours, you will relive that day. Sasuke began to scream and Naruto thought, what? A genjutsu using his Sharingan eyes. After Sasuke slid slowly to the floor, Itachi whispered, hate controls everything and without strength, you can't protect nothing let alone yourself. Your hate is not strong enough. Itachi looked back at Naruto, and now it begins. A voice cried out, Kuchios, Gamaguchi Shirbari. Itachi turned to see that he was in a fleshy corridor with Jiraiya on the other end. I got you, Itachi Uchiha, you will not get your hands on my godson. Itachi turned to look at Jiraiya, so you are the one who notified Kakashi about the Akatsuki. Jiraiya said, unfortunately he had to be debriefed about it. Itachi answered, he sounded concerned about him. Naruto snorted, I call bullshit on that. Hatake only cares for your arrogant brother and needs me to teach him my own jutsu. The Uchiha said, it seems I was wasting time reminiscing with my little brother. I will see you soon, Naruto-kun. He ran down the corner as Jiraiya shouted, you are not getting away, Itachi. The walls closed around Itachi, and the Uchiha closed his eyes briefly and opened them for a second. Jiraiya ran after him and saw that there was a wall of flesh torn asunder, the edges surrounded by a black fire. Naruto got up groggily, holding his side as he asked, what the hell is that fire? Jiraiya said, I have no clue. The stomach is from the Awagama, a fire-breathing toad, but somehow this black flame was able to pierce through its stomach. Jiraiya took out a scroll and sealed the black flame after he carefully wrote it in ink. Then the Sannin looked at Naruto, you alright, Naruto? Naruto nodded yes, but dealing with the council is going to be a bitch when we come back. The idiot Uchiha got his mind all jacked up. Just then Mei came in, Naruto-kun, are you alright? Naruto turned to her, I am fine, Mei-chan, though I did take a beating just a bit. Next, Guy walked through the hole, Mizukage Dano, Jiraiya-sama, what has happened here? Jiraiya said, we encountered in duo team of Akatsuki. Itachi Uchiha was one of them amongst the two. Mei said, Kisame Hashigaki was the other person. They made to separate us in order to capture Naruto to get the Kyuubi inside of him. Guy glanced at Sasuke, so Sasuke. Naruto replied, we both got our asses kicked by Itachi. If I was alone, I knew that I could have at least hold him off, but Sasuke's well-being was in jeopardy and the council would be on my ass if he was killed. Guy said, so he is in the state as Kakashi, eh? Jiraiya asked, do you know something of it? Guy said, no, when I got there, Kakashi was in the same state as Sasuke, but Asuma and Kurenai may know something about it. Jiraiya said, it should be a convenience since we are bringing back a medical specialist. Guy's eyes widened, you don't mean her? Jiraiya nodded and Guy smiled, well, then please find her and bring her back to us, Jiraiya-sama, Naruto-kun. Naruto said, you can count on us, Guy-sensei. Guy took Sasuke carefully and placed him on his back, then he made off back to Konoha. I must be going now. I have to go back to Kiri to plan on battling the Akatsuki. There is one Jinchuriki that I know of and we must find him. Mei said. Naruto said, be careful, Mei-chan. Mei smiled and planted a kiss on his lips. Funny, I am the one who should be saying that. She proceeded to move off via Shunshin. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki turned to Jiraiya. So who is this medical specialist? Jiraiya answered, her name is Tsunade Senju. She is practically a princess considering that she is the granddaughter of the first Hokage and grandniece of the second. She is one of the Sannin and very beautiful. Naruto said, so what causes her to leave the village? The Toad Sannin said, her grief. She once had a little brother named Nawaki, who was killed by IWA ninja during the Second Great Shinobi War. Eventually she was able to forget her grief through a man named Dan, who pursued the same dream that her brother did. Soon during the war, he died a bloody death and blamed the position for stealing her loved ones. The last straw was when your father died, and when those idiots told her that you were dead, she fell into grief and further destroying her fate in the position of Hokage. Naruto said, so if I show her that I am alive, then she may come back. Jiraiya nodded and looked up at the sky. She is also a compulsive gambler and drinker, and she sucks at it a lot, giving her the nickname the legendary sucker. So while we find her, I will train you with a new technique in your arsenal. Naruto said, a new technique? Jiraiya gave him a grin. If Hatake team can teach that Uchiha brat the Chidori, then I may as well teach you your father's greatest technique, the Rasengan. Naruto grinned, good, because I have a feeling that I need all the help that I can get. Town Jiraiya bought a bunch of water balloons after they had an encounter with a former IWA ninja. Naruto asked, what is with the water balloons? Jiraiya replied, it is to help you with the Rasengan. He turned to him and held a water balloon in his hand. Watch closely. Naruto looked to see that the water balloon was deformed and bumpy before it exploded. The first step is rotation. I want you to pop the balloon by rotating the water inside the balloon using your chakra. Since your chakra control is better, I am sure you will master this step without too much difficulty. Naruto nodded and proceeded to pour his chakra into the balloon, then he began to manipulate his chakra. Okay, Arokyufu was able to spin his chakra in many different directions, making it pop from the inside. He thought. Naruto closed his eyes to concentrate his chakra inside the balloon, manipulating the water in different directions at once until the balloon was shredded into pieces and the water drenched his pants, hand, and ninja shoes. Well, there goes the first stage, rotation. Jiraiya said, now I need you to break this rubber ball. This will be harder to break since water is easier to manipulate than air. Also, rubber is much thicker, so it will force you to use more chakra. Jiraiya demonstrated by destroying the rubber ball into shreds. In the meantime, I am going into town to find information on Tsunade. By the time I come back, you will probably be done by that time. Naruto nodded and Jiraiya used the Shunshin no Jutsu to go into town. Tanzakagaya, a blonde woman, moved quickly through the crowd. Come on, Shizen, let's go now. Shizen said, but you were winning, Lady Tsunade. Plus, don't you want to take a look around the beautiful castle? Tsunade glanced at the castle and said hastily, yes, it is now. The castle suddenly started to crumble, and the smoke cleared to reveal Orochimaru along with Kabuto beside him. Orochimaru gave Tsunade a smirk. I finally found you, Tsunade. The two jumped down from the summoned snake and Tsunade greeted them. It's been a while, Orochimaru. Orochimaru replied, I have looked all over for you. Stop babbling and tell me what it is that you want with me. I know you didn't come here to talk about the past. Straight to the point as always still, eh? Very well, I have a small favor to ask of you, Tsunade. Orochimaru's arm twitched a bit and Tsunade thought, what the hell is with that smirk of his? Kabuto decided to point out Tsunade's deduction. It seems that you have figured it out. We need your expertise, Tsunade-sama. Tsunade made a hand to shoo them away, then find another medical specialist. I don't do freelance work. I quit being a doctor. Kabuto said, I am afraid that we can't do that. You are one of the Sannin and the most powerful of them all in terms of physical strength. Tsunade said, why seek me out? Orochimaru said, I want you to join forces with me, Tsunade. So together, we can destroy the Leaf Village. Tsunade glared at him, why do I want to do that? Orochimaru smirked, considering that fact that we both lost precious things because of Konoha. Me, I lost the power to gain immortality because of that fool of a sensei. You lost two of your most beloved because of Konoha's actions. Those were certainly horrible ways to die. Shizen acted at that moment and launched Senbon from her launcher on her right arm at Orochimaru. Kabuto moved in front of Orochimaru to protect his master. Those Senbon, they are poisoned. Kabuto thought. Tsunade ordered, calm down, Shizen. Kabuto looked at Shizen's enraged face. That woman, she is impressive. Tsunade said, you haven't changed a bit, Orochimaru. You know who I am, remember? Don't kid with me. She lost her fake smile and pounded the wall behind her, making a huge crater as she said, I'll kill you. Destructive and fearsome, she's single, definitely single. Kabuto thought. Then the medic said, we didn't come here to fight, only to negotiate. Tsunade looked at him angrily, I already said it once, I don't want anything to do with you. Now get out of my sight. Kabuto tried to reason with her, it is not like it is a one-way bargain, let's make a deal. Tsunade said, you better be out in 5 seconds or I will kill you. 5, 4, 3. Kabuto said, please calm down, it is not a bad. Tsunade replied, 2, 1. Orochimaru chose at that time to speak, I can bring back your brother and your lover back to life with the kinjutsu that I have developed. Tsunade's eyes widened and Orochimaru said confidently, you haven't killed us yet, does that mean we have a deal? She turned away for a moment. Unknown town few miles away from Tanzakagaya, so have you seen this chick? Jiraiya asked, holding a picture of a young Tsunade. The gambler said, oh, her? I overheard that she was going to get back your loss over there. Jiraiya asked, there? Where is that? The gambler looked at Naruto, hey kid, wanna play a game? Naruto smirked, fine, what is the stakes? The gambler said, if you win, I will tell you the location of that woman. If you lose, then you pay me 1,000 bucks. Naruto said, fine, but you must explain the game to me. The gambler said, the game is 2 dice. I shake this in the cup, and if the dice add up to an even number, then it is Cho. If odd, then it is Han. Naruto said, fine, let's play then. The gambler took the dice and shook it in the cup, then placed the cup on the table upside down. Take your pick, Han or Cho, he said. Naruto closed his eyes for a moment, and went with his gut instinct, Han. The gambler grinned. If it is Cho, then I win. Naruto said impatiently, just let's see the results, please. The gambler said, impatient are we? Fine then. He revealed the dice, and the 2 dice held a 2 and a 5. Naruto smiled. Well, this means that I win then. The gambler said, the last time I saw her was at a casino. Naruto bowed. Thanks for the information. Jiraiya and Naruto moved to the casino. As Jiraiya asked around about Tsunade, Naruto used the time to get some money back since Jiraiya used his own on sake and women. Lady Luck has blessed you indeed, Kit. Winning that much money from 1 coin, having a soon-to-be harem, and you are stronger than that bastard of a sensei, Kyuubi said. Naruto said, yeah, life is great, but with that blessing I had to endure many things to get that far in life, Kyuubi. Jiraiya looked at Naruto. How the hell did he win that much money from just 1 coin? Oh well, back to business. Tsunade is playing very hard to not be found. I am going to have to search for her on higher ground. Castle ruins, Orochimaru asked. Don't you want to meet them again, Tsunade? Tsunade said, so if I help you, you are going to destroy the Leaf Village? Orochimaru said, that is correct. I am going to obliterate Konohagakure, and this time I will succeed. Tsunade said, this time? You mean you failed the first time? The Snake Sannin replied, there was an unanticipated event that occurred. Meanwhile, Jiraiya and Naruto reached the castle ruins. Looks like there was a battle here, or it collapses on its own. I doubt it is the second option, Naruto said. Jiraiya noticed a man running away from the site and called out to him, hey, you over there! What happened here? The man replied, you two should run. There was a demon beast that appeared here. What kind of beast? Huge snake. Instantly Naruto and Jiraiya thought, Orochimaru. Jiraiya said, so he is here too, what does he want with Tsunade? Naruto said, knowing his slimy ass, he probably is trying to manipulate Tsunade to join forces with him. Back to Tsunade and Orochimaru, Shizen said, destroy the leaf? Then she looked at Tsunade, who was indecisive. And your answer is? Kabuto asked. Shizen protested, Tsunade-sama, you can't listen to them, your brother and uncle wouldn't want you to do this. Have you forgotten your dreams? Your wishes? Yet I understand, reality is set, even if it is like this. And even though you lost. Tsunade shouted, Shizen, shut up. I don't need you to remind me about what I have lost. Kabuto said, you don't have to answer now, but hopefully we could come to a peaceful resolution. Also the Kenjutsu needs a live sacrifice, thus we have prepared 2 bodies. Shizen glared at Kabuto, Tsunade-sama, let's kill these bastards. If we work together, we can defeat them since Orochimaru is weak. Orochimaru slowly brought his finger to his lips and bit it, drawing blood. Tsunade suddenly froze and began to shiver. I may be weak now, but I know about Tsunade's weakness. Hemophobia means fear of blood. Now, Kabuto, let's go. Tsunade, I will await your answer in 1 week. The Snake Sannin replied. Then the 2 villains left without a trace. Let's go, Shizen, Tsunade said softly as she turned away. Shizen quickly followed after her with Taunton, their pet pig, in her arms. Just then Jiraiya and Naruto arrived at the scene and the Toad Sannin cursed, damn, we just missed them. We better go, they haven't gone far. Pub Tsunade let out a huge burp and shouted, hey, more beer, barkeeper. Shizen said in a concerned voice, Tsunade-sama, you are drinking too much. Then a familiar voice was heard, oh, well, let's just eat dinner here. Ain't this a bar? Usually everything is whispered in the pubs and brothels. Tsunade and Shizen looked up to see Jiraiya and Naruto walk inside the pub. Tsunade. Jiraiya. What the hell are you doing here in a place like this? I finally found you. Naruto thought, so this is Tsunade Senju, the medical specialist and one of the 3 Sannin. She is using a special genjutsu to cover up her age. The 4 of them sat down and ate their food. Tsunade said, today, I met an old friend. Jiraiya said, so I was right, Orochimaru did come to you. Did anything happen? Shizen glanced at Tsunade, which was not missed by Jiraiya and Naruto. Tsunade replied, nothing much, just a little greeting. So why have you come to see me? Jiraiya said 2 reasons. The first reason is that the village has requested you to become the Godame Hokage. Tsunade said, I decline being Hokage is a shit. No one but a fool would do it. Then a chuckle rang out and Tsunade turned to Naruto, is something funny, Gaki? Naruto said, for the legendary Sannin, the group is such disappointing. I mean, one is a gay pedophile that fantasizes about fucking little boys, a perverted old man and now a compulsive gambler and drinker that basically called her family shit. Tsunade said, what do you know of anything? Naruto said, considering that one of them you just insulted happens to be my father. Tsunade was stunned. What did you say? Naruto smirked, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Hello, godmother. Tsunade stuttered, but you are supposed to be dead. The Jinchuriki replied, that is the second reason we are here. The council lied to you about my supposed death, but right now, I am ashamed that you have turned out this way. You are nothing but a shadow of your former self. Tsunade shouted, you know nothing about loss or pain. Naruto replied calmly, I call bullshit on that because of my father sealing the QB inside of me. Sarutobiaji-san kept my heritage hidden to protect me from IWA. Somehow word got out that the QB was sealed inside of me. Ever since I have endured loneliness, beatings, assassination attempts, you name it. I know that you lost your brother Nawaki and your former lover Dan, but know this: insulting the dream of being Hokage is insulting your grandfather, your granduncle, your brother, your lover, my father, and your sensei. Even in death, they are all disappointed in you. Tsunade said, shut up. You know what? Let's take this outside. Naruto said, if that is what you wish, then we will. The two walked outside and stood facing each other. Then Tsunade said, I can't believe that I got riled up to fight a mere Chunin. 1 finger is all I am going to need against you, kid. Naruto thought, that is right, underestimate me, godmother, you will regret it immensely. The two stood there for a good moment, and then Naruto made the first move by flicking shuriken at her. Tsunade dodged and moved toward Naruto to attack him with a flick of her finger. He fell back, narrowly avoiding the devastating attack. So that is it, she uses her near-perfect chakra control and releases it in an instinct, giving her amazing strength. Naruto thought, time to take it up a notch. The Chunin moved against Tsunade and the Sannin thought, I swear Jiraiya's apprentices get more stupid each time. A direct assault will not work on me. Naruto jumped up and reared back his fist only to disappear in a poof of smoke, surprising Tsunade. What? He know the Kage Bunshin? No Chunin should have the reserves to do that jutsu? The slug Sannin turned around to see Naruto's fist, aiming to connect to her face. Tsunade blocked the attack with her hand and threw him over her head. Naruto landed upright on his feet and said, well, I am done proving my theory. What are you talking about? I have not been beaten at all, I am still standing. Wow, you are old, you got Alzheimer's? Tsunade bristled in anger at the crack of her age, but the Chunin continued, you told me that only 1 finger is all you need to take me down, yet you used your whole hand to block my attack. Tsunade's eyes widened in realization of her words. Look, I know that losing Nawaki and Dan was a hard impact on your life, but that is no excuse for you to wallow in grief. They would have wanted you to move on with your life, so instead, make them proud by attaining the dream that they both couldn't attain: become the Godame Hokage, because Dan and Nawaki have entrusted you with their will. Tsunade looked down with a sad look on her face, and then Naruto continued, I will tell you what, let's make a bet right now. I am learning my father's signature jutsu, the Rasengan. If I master it in 3 days, you will have to come back to Konoha to become the Godame and I get that necklace. Shizen protested, you can't do that, that necklace is. Shizen, silence. And what if you lose, Naruto? Then I will give you the money that I have in my trust vault that my parents left me. By this time, since the Namikaze clan was known for their ability to creating jutsu, I have a lot of money. Fine, I accept your challenge, Naruto. Then the Sannin thought, it is not like he will accomplish it even if he is Minato-kun's son. Jiraiya asked, hey, Tsunadeheim, can we have a drink together? It has been a while. Tsunade nodded, and then Jiraiya turned to Shizen, Shizen, you and Naruto can find a hotel to stay for the night. Okay? Shizen nodded and glared briefly at Naruto for a moment. As Jiraiya and Tsunade walked to a bar, Shizen rounded on Naruto, why did you do that? Do what? Don't play dumb with me. You made that ridiculous bet with Tsunade-sama. And? I can't believe you. Do you want to die so easily? No, I can't do that yet. That necklace that you asked for is cursed. It doesn't accept anyone except Tsunade-sama herself, because anyone else that wears it dies. Tsunade-sama was not like that always, but when Nawaki turned 11, she gave him that necklace, and a year later, he was killed by enemy ninja. Next came her lover, my uncle Dan. He had the same dream as Nawaki did. Again she bestowed the necklace to him, then on a mission, he was fatally wounded and Tsunade struggled to save him, but despite her prowess, he couldn't be saved. I see, but this will not stop me from taking that necklace from her. You bastard! That necklace is a hanging reminder of her guilt and lack of faith in the title of Hokage. If I take that from her, then she will begin to believe in the title of Hokage. All of the past Hokages have done something to make Konohagakure great, but now since Sarutobiaji-san is old and weakened, corrupt people such as the council have made the village arrogant. Shizen listened as Naruto paused for a minute. As you should know, Shizen-san, I am the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Kitsune. Because of that status, I was treated as the bane of Konoha instead of the hero that my father wanted me to be. My sensei thought that I was weak and a nuisance to him, my former crush thought I was holding her back, and my arrogant teammate thought I was a hindrance. Ever since I was 8, I was hiding my true strength. Now just recently I found out that I had a fiancé and godparents. Naruto looked up at the starry night sky and said softly, plus I know how she feels. There was a person that I met on a mission. His name was Haku Momochi, the adopted son and apprentice of the deceased Tsubusa Momochi, the demon of the mist. On our C-rank turned A-rank mission, I encountered him for the first time as a disguised hunter ninja. I was jealous that he was able to take out Tsubusa with one blow while Hataki's incompetence caused him to be injured. Shizen reprimanded him. Kakashi Hataki is a great man and a strong jonin. You should show more respect to him. Naruto snorted in disgust. Please, Hataki team over the few months hasn't taught me anything except the tree walking exercise, which I found out that the other genin teams learned them after they passed the real genin exam. But the prized Uchiha that is also my teammate has been getting private training, leaving me and Harino team to bite the dust. I respect Airokyu more than Hataki, and he is a much bigger pervert than he is. That is saying something considering I detest perverts. Shizen said, that is not true. The boy replied, you can ask Jiraiya-sensei to confirm it for you since you are so filled with doubt. Now back to the story. Haku was the one who taught me what a ninja is, a tool to be used, and he also taught me about the concept of dreams and the importance of having friends to protect. He told me that the second time when I was training late. The last time I met him, I didn't recognize him because of the mask. Eventually we fought, and I won the battle. He asked me to kill him because he considered him as a tool, and when a tool becomes broken, then it is discarded. When I was fixing to knock him out, he sensed that Tsubusa was in trouble and moved to his position via Shunshin. I found him dead with Hataki's arms sticking out of his chest. I lost my friend, one of the only people that understood my pain since in Kiri, he was shunned for his bloodline. His own father tried to kill him after killing his mother in front of his eyes. Shizen's anger subsided as she saw tears running down Naruto's face. I understand what Tsunade is going through, but the past is the past. There is nothing she can do to change, but she doesn't want to come out and face the light because she is used to the guilt and darkness that hung over her life. Making that bet and winning will make her see the light. After all, she is my godmother, and I am not going anywhere without her. Now come on, let's find a hotel, Shizen-san. Jiraiya and Tsunade the bartender said, sorry for the delay. Jiraiya said, nice night, huh? You have grown more beautiful. Tsunade replied, you haven't changed a bit, Jiraiya. Jiraiya smiled as he drank his bottle of sake. So are you worried? Jiraiya asked. About what? Naruto. No. Really? Back there, you acted childishly when he told you the truth and he basically conned you in that bet. It doesn't matter, he will die sooner or later with or without the necklace. Don't underestimate him, he is Minato's son after all. You shouldn't be so reckless. Reckless? Going to meet Orochimaru, huh? How do you? How do I know? I could see it on Shizen's face. I don't know what kind of deal he offered, but don't make such a hasty decision. Also, there is one thing I want to make very clear. Tsunade looked at her old teammate as he said, your godson is right, the past Hokages have indeed died, but they died for good causes. Your granduncle died to protect Sensei and his teammates along with Danzo team and his team. Minato died because there would be no Konoha if he did seal the Kyuubi. You have no right to insult them considering that they wanted to save lives just like you did long ago, so if you do anything to betray the leaf, I will kill you without hesitation. It has nothing to do with me. Only a murderer would show no feelings knowing people close to them are dead. You are not like that. Stop lecturing me. Why did you bring him along anyway? 1. Because he is my godson as well as yours. 2. He is just as stubborn as you, just like his mother, and he has a hidden power to change people for the better. 3. I figure that at least you would want revenge against those bastards on the council that mistreated him over the years. Mistreated? I found out from Sarutobi-sensei, the Ichiraka family, the shinobi clans, and Naruto himself. He had assassination attempts on his life at the age of 5, he was beaten, starved, overpriced, and shunned. The council gave him a shitty apartment, and he was on the streets by the age of 3. Tsunade was visibly shocked at the seriousness in Jiraiya's face, and knew that he was not joking. How is he not insane? Jiraiya replied, his friends were the ones that saved him. One person was able to treat him like a person despite his past hatred of the Kyuubi since it killed his parents. His name is Irika Yumino, his second father/brother in all but blood. The Sannin got up and placed his money on the table to cover their tab. I will leave you to think about it. The next day, Tsunade was walking through the town. The echoes of Kabuto's sliver-tongued words, Orochimaru's promises, Shizen's protests, and Jiraiya's lecture was stuck in her head in replay. She gripped the necklace close to her chest as she struggled to decide what to do with the offers and the bet that she had made with her godson. Lost in her thoughts, she bumped into Naruto. You, Tsunade said. Yes, me. Hello, Tsunade-bachan. Her eye twitched. Bachan? Naruto said, well, you are my godmother, and despite that special genjutsu/henge that you are wearing, you are the same age as Erokyufu. Tsunade said, what do you want, Gaki? I am busy. Naruto said, you can't decide what to do. Orochimaru gave you an offer that made you think hard about it. I am guessing he is using a kenjutsu to revive the dead, the ones you love, such as Nawaki and Dan, correct? Tsunade stiffened and Naruto continued, judging by the shock in your eyes, I am right. There is also the fact that if you join Orochimaru, the whole village including Shizen, Jiraiya-sensei and myself would kill you. You are very perceptive for a brat. Well, escaping mobs of angry villagers tended to make you grow up faster than normal. So it is true you really did endure all of that. The boy nodded and Tsunade asked, how are you saying? It is because of the bonds I had. Though I didn't gain recognition from the villagers and some of the shinobi, people accepted me knowing who I was. The old man I already had in my life, then came the Ichiraku family, next came Irika-sensei, then my friends in my academy days Shikamaru, Kiba, Choji, Hinata. As long as there were people that saw me as Naruto Namikaze than the Kyuubi, I would protect that person with my life despite the majority hates me. Tsunade thought, Dan Oturo, I can see a bit of both in this godson of mine. He holds the same kind of strength that you two once possess. He possessed the will of fire. The Jinchuriki said, Godmother, I hope that you make the right decision. Follow your heart in this decision, and another thing, you have a great apprentice. I have never seen anyone react with such passion towards their sensei. It would be a grave thing to do to break her heart as well. Wait, where are you going? I'm going to eat and then I'm going to train. I don't plan on losing you to Orochimaru at all. With that, Naruto walked away from her to the nearest restaurant, leaving Tsunade in her thoughts again. She went straight to the casino and began to gamble her troubles while deciding what to do. Base on the outskirts of Fire Country, I wonder which answer she will give us. If it is yes, then the destruction of Konohagakure will be in your grasp and Tsunade will be reunited with her two loved ones. However, if she says no, then it looks like I will have to force her to join us. Do you think it will be easy? I have you, don't I? Kabuto smirked at the comment and Orochimaru continued, you don't need to worry. I know the most, when it comes to her, even her weakness she will agree to the deal for sure. 2 days passed and Naruto had finished the Rasengan before the deadline. Now he was training himself, knowing that Orochimaru was a man that didn't like the word no from anyone. He began to train in using the Kyuubi's chakra and his era and bloodline. As a result, Naruto barely came back to the hotel to sleep due to training himself to the brink of exhaustion. He did the same thing, and this time, Shizen followed him and saw the destruction around him. That boy, what the hell happened? Meanwhile, Jiraiya and Tsunade were at the pub once again, drinking. Jiraiya made the decision to remind Tsunade of her duty one last time. So what do you want this time? She asked. Tomorrow is the last day for the bet with Naruto. I wonder what happened to him anyway. Without Jiraiya noticing, Tsunade slipped an odorless and tasteless drug in his sake, watching him drink it. And soon the hours passed as Jiraiya fell asleep and Tsunade was able to slip away. Back at the hotel, Tsunade was caring for her godson as Shizen explained his condition. Tsunade admitted, Jiraiya was right, it was a foolish bet that I made with him, and for me to get so worked up about it, hehe. Shizen knew the tension was in the air and decided to cut it. Tsunade-sama, please don't go tomorrow. Tsunade said nothing and Shizen shouted, why won't you say anything back? Please answer me, Tsunade-sama. Tsunade didn't move and Shizen declared, if you plan to go to that man, I don't care if it takes my life, I will stop you. Tsunade glared at her, Shizen, do you know who you are talking to? Instantly Tsunade crossed the hallway and knocked out Shizen. Meanwhile, Orochimaru and Kabuto were on the way at the rendezvous point to meet the exchange from Tsunade. Kabuto, it could be problematic if we had any interruptions with the exchange, Orochimaru said. Kabuto glanced at the snake Sannin. What do you suggest? Take care of that associate of Tsunade. It might be best if we kill her now. Kabuto took out a kunai and used it to maneuver him in a different direction. Hotel Naruto woke up and yawned, then instantly his senses were on alert. Hey Kyubi, what happened when I was asleep? The Kyubi said that lady plans to meet Orochimaru alone. She knocked out her own associate, and if my hunch is correct, she probably took care of your sensei too. Naruto growled, damn that old lady, she is going to get herself killed. She was not the woman that she once was before, and like that freaking snake tends to exploit weaknesses, he will do that if she doesn't agree with him. Naruto woke up and looked down to see Shizen on the ground just as Kyubi said. Oi Shizen-san, wake up. Shizen's eyes fluttered open and said, and Naruto the Jinchuriki replied, yeah, it is me, we got to move now. That old idiot of a godmother went to Orochimaru for his deal, we got to stop it. Immediately Shizen sprang into action, that is right, let's go find Jiraiya-sama. Her head came an inch out of the window until a kunai was past her face. She looked to her left to see Jiraiya. Wait, Shizen, the Sannin said. Naruto came to the window. Ero-sensei, what happened to you? Jiraiya said, your fucking godmother, she must have slipped a drug into my drink. I can't control my chakra well and my body stings like hell. Shizen looked at the ground and gritted her teeth. Naruto said with conviction, which means we have no time to waste, no time either way. When we get there will be one less Sannin. Meanwhile Kabuto was hiding in the shadows. For Jiraiya-sama to even be here, this has gotten more complicated. I will have to report this to Orochimaru-sama and for Naruto-kun to be here as well. He shifted back and Jiraiya along with Naruto glanced at the place that Kabuto was previously at. Jiraiya said, Naruto, Shizen, let's go, and Shizen, explain on the way about Orochimaru's promise. Shizen said, hi? So Orochimaru is trying to convert Bachan to the dark side, huh? Perfect, this is an opportunity to kill him and end this whole charade of immortality mess here and now. Remember, Naruto, I am at only 40% of my strength at the moment. Naruto turned to him, I meant me, remember, I was trained by you and my fiancé, who is Kage level. I should be okay against him or Kabuto, but together that should be a different story for that matter. Shizen thought, is he really that strong? Soon the three of them, including Tauntaun, landed to the ground to see the destruction in the same place where Shizen and Tsunade first met, the devious duo of doom after several years. The rubble looks a bit fresh. It looks like our little princess declined Orochimaru's offer. Jiraiya said they couldn't have gone far from here. Good, I don't have to kick my relative's ass at all then. Naruto commented. What? Shizen asked. The Uzumaki clan is a part of the Senju clan. My ancestor Miko Uzumaki was married to the first Hokage, which means I would be related to 3 Hokages since Tsunade is coming with us. Jiraiya said, come on, this is no time to go down the family tree. Tsunade won't last against Orochimaru for long. Right, Shizen said. Meanwhile, Tsunade was panting out of breath and trying to bash Orochimaru and Kabuto's brains inside their skulls. Knowing that the small area was a disadvantage to them, Kabuto made the suggestion to move to a more suitable location. Orochimaru agreed, letting his fuck-butter, right-hand man lead him to a large clearing. It seems that Tsunadeheim is out of breath, it might be a good time to put it to use, Orochimaru said. Kabuto took out a soldier pill and ate it as he said, although taijutsu is not actually my forte, then he did hand signs, chakra mezen no jutsu. So he knows medical jutsu as well, Tsunade thought. Then the Irionin decided to take the time to disappear and her eyes widened as Kabuto's hand exploded from the ground beneath her feet. She jumped into the air and slammed her fist quickly into the ground, but Kabuto managed to evade the deadly strike. Large chunks of stone surrounded the 2 medical ninjas and Tsunade looked to see a large stone by her foot, and she chose to kick it at Kabuto. His kneeling form disappeared from the stone's deadly path and was behind her in an instant, while she was in midair. Kabuto touched her bicep and abdomen only to leave Tsunade with an opening as she touched down on the ground. She slammed her shoulder into Kabuto's chest, making him slide back a few inches from her. Ouch, Tsunade said. Damn, he cut my muscles. She thought to herself. That is right, I have cut your bicep and abdomen muscles, so that super strength trait of yours will not be a nuisance to me anymore. Chakra scalpels? But if you have that, then why would you cut my muscles? Why aren't you aiming from my arteries? Although my skills in the medical field are excellent, but in the midst of a battle, I am not that accurate to aim for your arteries or main organs, but if I aim at your neck, it shouldn't be a problem. As he said this statement, he moved towards Tsunade and struck at her. Tsunade, thinking that he was aiming at the neck, moved to block, but Kabuto proved that it was a feint and aimed at her chest instead. Damn you hit my lungs, can't breathe. Tsunade coughed. Then she thought, he isn't an ordinary Irionin. His speed and strength exceed my own even in my prime. Kabuto shifted his glasses. It would be a bother if you were to die, so I won't aim for your neck, but after that blow you shouldn't be able to move around. But he was surprised as Tsunade sent him sprawling to the ground with a blow to the neck. Damn it, it didn't hit her lungs at all. Humph, I guess those large breasts are good for something. It seems that I need to be a bit more serious about this. Suddenly he noticed that his body was going haywire. Wah wham! Tsunade lands a punch across his face before he could figure out what was happening to his body. This isn't caused by my muscles, it's caused by my nervous system. Tsunade replied, I see that you seem to realize your problem. I converted my chakra into electricity and transfer it throughout your body. Orochimaru thought, Fufu, I see the nervous system is run on electricity, but Tsunade disrupted the initial flow by sending more electricity. Now the signals in Kabuto's body is sending so many signals that it can't distinguish them. Tsunade took advantage of the situation by healing himself while Kabuto knelt there to figure out his body. Okay, if I move my right hand, my left leg moves. If I move my left foot, my right shoulder moves. In a matter of moments, Kabuto was able to figure out 60% of his body. Don't think that with the level of power can defeat me, Kabuto shouted. What? He figured out how to control his body already? You are afraid of blood, right? I'll show you some now. I'll scatter just enough blood until you are at the brink of death. He suddenly was kicked back toward Orochimaru's position by an unknown kick. Are we late for the party, Bachan? She looked to see Naruto, Shizen and Jiraiya along with Taunton. You haven't changed a bit, Orochimaru, Jiraiya commented. Orochimaru replied, it's been a long time, Jiraiya. Suddenly Jiraiya was bowled over by Tsunade to attack Kabuto, only for him to get blood spattered over her. Blood, Tsunade thought as she froze. My body is almost back to normal, Kabuto said. Then he thought, it is bad enough for me to engage to two of the Sannin, but I won't lose. He punched Tsunade back, but Shizen caught her as she cried out, Tsunade-sama. So Kabuto-san, you are really Orochimaru's fuck buddy, huh? Kabuto chuckled, and this is the reason why you can't compare to Sasuke-kun, you have no talent. Now it was Naruto's turn to laugh. Really now? Perhaps you weren't watching my matches since I beat both Neji and Gaara, an opponent that your Sasuke-kun couldn't possibly beat at all, plus I was hardly using the Kyuubi's power at all. Kabuto proceeded to attack Naruto, but the Kyuubi Jinchuriki ducked and sent an uppercut to Kabuto's chin, sending him back to his master for the second time again. You got blood on me, do you know how hard it is to get it out of these clothes? Naruto commented. Kabuto said nothing and ate a blood-stopping pill. You are bleeding quite a lot, Orochimaru commented. Kabuto ignored the comment and said, please remove your left bandage. The Hibi Sannin did so and Jiraiya shouted, Kuchios no Jutsu. Kabuto spread his blood over the tattoo and slammed his hands on the ground while shouting, Kuchios no Jutsu. Two huge snakes appeared while a toad named Gamakichi appeared on Jiraiya's side. Shit! Kuchios no Jutsu! Naruto shouted as he bit his thumb and spread it on his own. A huge crocodile appeared. You must be Naruto. I am Erwin. Yamada-sama told us about you. Erwin-san, we are fighting Orochimaru and his snake summons. I need your help to take them out. Erwin's eyes narrowed. Let's go, Naruto-sama. Orochimaru said, what kind of contract is that? Jiraiya shouted, Doton, Yomi Numa. One of the snakes, preferably the one that Orochimaru was on, was sunk halfway into the swamp. Damn, the drug is still affecting my chakra and the snake is still moving. Meanwhile, Kabuto engaged Shizen and struck her in the chest. Damn ninpu, poison fog jutsu. She spewed out a large poisonous gas at Kabuto, but he evaded it and grabbed her legs to make her fall. Damn it! She shouted. Naruto and Erwin battled the snake with such ferocity, and literally tore him up. Suiton, Teppadama! Erwin shouted. Katon, Gakaku no Jutsu! Naruto cried. Water collided with the snake with powerful force, and the fire landed on the snout of the snake. The snake coiled back for one last strike, but Naruto drove it back by throwing several kunai into the maw of the snake. It thrashed in pain and left the realm. Thanks, Erwin, for the help. Anytime, Naruto-sama, though I wish I could have killed it, Erwin said. Actually, you may just get your wish since I used one of my defective tags. Defective tags? Erwin inquired. Yeah, when I was little, I had a knack for making explosive seals. The tag was one of the many ones that have a blast radius of a half of a mile. Erwin smirked. Now that is devious. Naruto replied, thank you and thanks for the help again. He leaped off of Erwin's head to go and help Shizen against Kabuto, while Erwin disappeared back to his realm. Ninpu, Hari Jizo! Jiraiya shouted as his hair elongated and sharpened to cover his body. Orochimaru ran at him while elongating his neck to bite Jiraiya on his neck. Damn, my jutsu is not effective. Orochimaru thought to himself. We've both hit each other, but if I had a bit more. Ugh, Jiraiya gasped out. Just quit already, Orochimaru voiced. Meanwhile, Kabuto had beaten Shizen to unconsciousness and began to attack Tsunade brutally until Naruto came in, boots to the head. Kabuto looked around to get his face pawned as both of Naruto's feet hit him squarely. He was sent back a few feet from Tsunade and Naruto's position. Don't you dare touch Bachan, you traitorous son of a bitch, Naruto growled out. He looked at his godmother and said, I will take over from here, Bachan. No, Naruto, he is way out of your league, he is stronger than me in my prime. You forget I was trained by a Kage and a Sannin, besides he has no clue of what I can do. Orochimaru took a brief pause to look at Naruto in a standoff with his right-hand man. I see that you have chosen a genius as well to be your apprentice, said Jiraiya. Yeah, that kid is like me, he worked hard to attain that level of power. He is a genius of hard work and has a spirit that never gives up. That boy is a true shinobi, unlike your Uchiha, who is just a whiny little bitch who loves to take large dicks to be shoved up his ass. Don't insult my precious, Orochimaru shouted as he launched himself at his former teammate. Jiraiya chuckled. Ah, did I hit a nerve, Orochi-chan? Orochimaru sent out a kick to Jiraiya's head, but the Toad Sannin caught it and threw Orochimaru away from him. I am going to enjoy killing you, Orochimaru growled out. So you want a piece of me literally? Well, then come and try to get it if you can, Jiraiya taunted. Kabuto and Naruto, time to die. Eratun, Ryza Sakasu. Kabuto was surprised. Storm release? He moved only to find out that beams were followed his movements. While the beams converged on him, striking him with the combined power of electricity and water. You are related to the Yondaime? Kabuto asked in surprise. Got it in one. Do you like your present? Arg, you bastard, I'll make you suffer before I kill you. I wonder if Orochimaru will let me have his immortality jutsu to use your body. Now that is just nasty, Naruto commented. Kabuto ran at him with his chakra scalpels on, but Naruto gave him a smirk as he shouted his next jutsu, Ninpu, Haku Seni Jashu. Sure enough, Kabuto's eyes widened as white snakes attacked him. Kabuto dodged and cut the snake's head off. How do you know that jutsu? Tell me, did Anko teach you it? Kabuto yelled out. Naruto replied smartly, come closer and find out. Kabuto moved in such a rage that he missed the chakra that was collecting in his hand. Hey Bachan, are you watching this? 'Cause I just won your bet. Kabuto tried to stop, but it was too late due to Naruto covering the rest of the distance and shouted, Rasengan. Kabuto's abdomen was grinded and he screamed in pain as his body was gyrated with the spin and blasted back into the rock. If I didn't know any better, if you hadn't underestimated me and got surprised all of the time, I would say that you are Hataki's level, but maybe next time in the next life, Naruto said as he stabbed him with his katana using wind chakra on his blade. Now stay there like a good little boy toy until we deal with your master, he whispered. Kabuto growled at him and Tsunade was in shock as she stared at Naruto, approaching her. Okay, godmother, I would like my new necklace please, he said with a smile. Tsunade gave him back a soft smile. I guess that I can trust this to someone one more time, she thought as she put it over his neck. Thank you, Naruto, for letting me believe again. You're welcome. Naruto quickly pulled out Tiger's Fang to parry the Kusanagi. Now that was rude, can you see that we were having a nice conversation? You are going to be a hassle for me in the Akatsuki, therefore I can't allow you to live, Naruto-kun, Orochimaru said. Fuck you. This is my life and I will decide when I will live, and when I will die. He slugged Orochimaru away from him and continued, besides, unlike you, I am not afraid of death. Tsunade stood up and said, Naruto, I will take over for here. I believe it is time to show you what the Godaime Hokage can do. So your homophobia is completely gone, eh? Very well, show me the power of the slug Sannin. Tsunade moved fast and punched Orochimaru, sending him flying back, and then she shouted, Sozo Seze. The mark on her forehead spread over her forehead and cheeks while her wounds were sizzling and closing themselves up. Her wounds are healing themselves? The snake Sannin thought. Why, Tsunade-sama? Even if you use that jutsu, you will be at your top strength, but then you shorten your lifespan. Shizen thought. Then Tsunade moved to spread her blood on her wrists, and somehow Kabuto was able to escape his prison by using his Doton manipulation to spread his blood on Orochimaru's tattoo summoning mark. Jiraiya-sensei, are you okay? Naruto asked. Jiraiya replied, yeah, I think I have enough chakra now to summon Gamabunta. Naruto replied, don't. If Orochimaru is summoning Manda, then I believe that my boss summon will be perfect to fight him, plus she has a score to settle. Naruto bit his thumb and spread his blood over his Hydra tattoo. Kuchios no Jutsu. All three of them shouted. 3 giant puffs of white smoke appeared to reveal Katsuyu, Manda, and Yamada. The Yamada no Orochi? That contract was lost for over 14 years, how did you manage to get it? Orochimaru screamed in frustration. I doubt that you would be worthy to sign it because Yamada-chan would kill you painfully and very slowly. Naruto answered. You? Manda said. Yes, Manda team, it is me. How dare you make a separate contract after the fact that I banished you? Manda replied, you were always holding me back, but now finally I can have closure by killing you. Orochimaru, there will be no need for sacrifices this time around, this is more than enough. Kabuto thought, summoning Manda was a huge risk, but since the Yamada no Orochi is here, Manda is overlooking the fact that Orochimaru-sama can't use his arms or his jutsu, but to think that Naruto had this contract with him. We have definitely underestimated him too much. After this battle, there will be one less Sannin, Tsunade declared. The legendary summons attacked at once. Katsuya shouted, Sashur Nensen. Acid spewed from her mouth and Manda slithered around to avoid it. He was able to constrict himself around Katsuyu and opened his mouth to bite the slug and inject his deadly venom, but Yamada chose to intervene. Hydra Trident. 3 of her heads struck at Manda from the left, right, and dead center. Manda moved away to avoid the 3 snapping heads while Katsuyu used the time to split herself into thousands of mini clones and reform themselves into her. Let's go, Yamada-chan. Futon, Kami Oro sure. Yamada shouted, Katon, Karyuden. Katon, Nenshiriyuden no Jutsu. The fire suddenly turned into a mixture of blue and white flames hurling at Manda. It crashed into the snake, obscuring them from Naruto and Tsunade's vision. Tsunade asked herself, did Naruto do it? Naruto thought, not yet, snakes are too slippery, Manda is the strongest, he wouldn't go down that easily. As the smoke cleared, he noticed that Manda has indeed escaped the blast and shed his skin. He molted. He must be underground. Yamada deduced quickly. True to her word, Manda burst from the ground in front of Yamada's feet. She grabbed him instantly with her 5 of her heads only to realize that it was his tail. Naruto turned to see Manda's head burst from the ground to attack Yamada from behind, but Katsuyu was able to reach in between them and shouted, Sashur Nensen. A bit of the acid landed in Manda's mouth, and Tsunade jumped up in the air to slam her fist to close Manda's mouth. Keep it shut, she shouted. This is troublesome to fight both of them at the same time. He shot out his tongue, and it wrapped around Tsunade's neck, but Tsunade grabbed it and pulled him downwards to her as she shouted, let's end this. She slammed her fist straight into Orochimaru's jaw. Damn, her punch went straight to his jaw. Kabuto thought. Manda spoke up in pain, Orochimaru, you suck as a summoner. Thanks to you, I can't eat solid food for a month with this acid in my mouth. Pray that you don't summon me again unless you are fighting her. He trained his eyes on Yamada. Next time we meet you will pay for killing my subordinates. Yamada was a bit confused until Naruto asked, so how many died? 17 including my son Naga. Good, they were not needed. Good thing I sent that explosive tag with that snake. Manda narrowed his eyes, you will pay, both of you will die by my hands. Then he went back to his dimension, causing Kabuto, Tsunade and Orochimaru to fall to the ground. Yamada-chan, thanks for your help, Naruto said. Anytime, Naruto-kun, call me if you need me. Got it. Yamada disappeared back to her realm and Naruto watched as Orochimaru was getting the shit beat out of him by his godmother. Soon Orochimaru stood up to reveal that it was not the real him. Heh, there are other ways to get my arms back, Tsunade. I am immortal. He began to disappear into the earth while Kabuto stared at Naruto for a moment. We will meet again, and this time, I won't make the mistake of underestimating you, Naruto. I will kill you next time we meet, he said. Then he did a shunshin and disappeared. So he ran like the common grass snake he is. How are your injuries, Arokyufu? I broke a rib and leg. I like it better when you called me Jiraiya-sensei. I was being serious at the moment. Now that we are alone I can call you that. Tsunade suddenly felt the after effects of her jutsu and her true age showed. Double-edged technique? Naruto asked. Don't worry, I will be fine with a bit of rest, Naruto-kun. Tsunade said, now let's go. We got to go back to Konoha in 2 days' time. 2 days later, the group were halfway to Konoha and on the road, they found it blocked by a squad of ninja. Their headbands were brown and had the shape of 2 bulky rocks. The shinobi were from Iwa. A woman stepped forward and said, so the rumors are true, you are the son of the Kuroi Senko, Minato Namikaze. Naruto thought, nobody was to know that information that quickly and Orochimaru couldn't have done that either, so it must be someone in Konoha. This has Danzo written all over it. Then he replied, so what if I am? I am Kuratsuchi Atsuboro of Iwagakure, and I will be the one to kill you, Naruto Namikaze. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki sighed, for someone so beautiful is going to do something so stupid because of something in the past. Fine, it seems that I have to play with you and clean up the mess my father made. Kuratsuchi moved to attack Naruto, who drew Tiger's Fang to block her kunai strike. Pretty good speed. Tell me, what rank are you? I am a Chunin. A little more and you may be promoted to Jonin, he commented. He jumped back as she flipped through hand signs, Doton, Doari. Spears of earth came up from the ground and launched themselves at Naruto. He watched them as they came closer. Well, this is going to be very interesting. Naruto dodged to avoid the spear, but Kuratsuchi appeared behind him. Yoton, Sakaizio. The Namikaze's eyes widened and he moved away with a burst of speed, avoiding the burning magma. So you know Yoton Jutsu. Interesting, I shouldn't be so careless with you now, Naruto stated in monotone. You will die here, Namikaze. Look, what my father was ordered to do to your village was not right in moral standards, but it wasn't wrong as well. We were at war at that time. Killing me is not going to make your loved ones come back, pat you on the head and give you a cherry-flavored lollipop. You are wasting time. Doton, Doryoden no Jutsu, Kuratsuchi shouted in anger. A dragon made of a mixture of mud and earth sprang at Naruto, and he flipped through hand signs, Katon, Guryoka no Jutsu. The large dragon fireball crashed against the earth dragon's head, causing dust to appear, and when it dissipates, Naruto didn't see the granddaughter of the Tsuchikage anywhere until a shadow appeared over him. Naruto quickly unsheathed the dragon's claw to block Kuratsuchi's twin kunai assault, and he was literally pushed into the ground. Kuratsuchi took her left kunai to stab Naruto, but he blocked the stab with the flat of his blade, and then he caught the kunai in her right hand poised to take out his eye. Phew, that was way too close. You almost took my eye out. Oh, by the way, Bunshin Daibakuha. Kuratsuchi's pink eyes widened as the Kage Bunshin detonated itself, engulfing her in smoke. Lady Kuratsuchi. The IWA team shouted in alarm. Kuratsuchi was alive, but her clothes were burned and Naruto appeared behind her to stab her in the stomach, revealing that it was Atsuchi Bunshin. You can come on out now, Naruto stated calmly. Kuratsuchi came out from the trees and said, you are pretty good, Namikaze. Thank you, you are not so bad yourself, Kuratsuchi-san, but unfortunately I would like to return to my village intact and I need to see my other fiancé. Other fiancé? Tsunade whispered to her former teammate. Apparently before we left, we found out that San gave us the Kazekage's daughter's hand in marriage to Naruto since Naruto beat their strongest shinobi, who was a genin and formerly an unstable Jinchuriki, who is also her brother. Jiraiya said as he watched his apprentice dodge globs of lava from her clone's mouth and took a punch combo from Kuratsuchi. You have fought a Yoton user before, haven't you? Yeah, I have, but her fighting style is way different than yours. She derivates it from the flow of lava itself. You abandon everything else into attack like the rage and destruction in lava, which is why Naruto appeared behind her as he finished. Your defense is poor, Rasengan. He plunged the orb into her back, blasting her to her comrades, unconscious. Please take her back home. I'd rather not have her death on my hands over a senseless battle. Please tell her grandfather that it was not my intention to use potential lethal force. The team looked at Naruto and left the area with their female leader, leaving the Konoha team. As soon as he didn't feel their chakra presence, Naruto knelt to the floor and Shizen moved to heal him. I clearly underestimated her power. If I hadn't used the Rasengan at that moment at low power, she would have crippled me. Her grandfather taught her well. Jiraiya scolded him, you got too cocky, and you let the power go to your head. Don't make the mistake like Sasuke Uchiha did when he tried to beat Itachi, or you will fall against her. She is very strong just like her father, Tetsuya Atsuboro, and her grandfather, Anoki of both scales. I see that she inherited her grandfather's stubbornness as well very fast, too. Yeah, I had to make the impression that I was following her movements, but she is quicker than Kabuto team. Thanks, Shizen-chan, I am fine now. Are you sure, Naruto-kun? The woman asked. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki nodded as he got up and said, let's continue, we already lost much time as it is. He sheathed his swords and the Konoha group rushed to Konoha, and by midday they met the gates of their home. Feeling nostalgic, Tsunade-bachan? Naruto asked the slug Sannin. The Sannin answered, a bit now, let's rip the council a new asshole to shit out of. They entered the Hokage tower, and Tsunade nodded to Naruto as they both kicked the door open, barging in the council room. Everyone was there on time since Jiraiya sent a messenger bird to them earlier. Sarutobi addressed his former student warmly, hello, Tsunadeheim, welcome back home. Good to be back, you old geezer, now on to business. I am here to take up the mantle of Hokage like my ancestors before me and bring about some new changes around here. The civilian council paled in fear at Tsunade's sickly sweet tone. Now what is this I hear of you bastards abusing my godson for the past years when I was told that he was dead, Danzo thought, damn, he is still alive? Kuratsuchi-san didn't kill him, now things are going to be difficult, but maybe Kuratsuchi will be back to try again. Tsunade said, I am shocked and appalled that you ungrateful bastards would do such things to a child, no less. If you would have happened to kill Naruto, the Kyuubi would come back within at least a year to destroy this village to dust. The council cringed in fear at Tsunade's righteous anger as she continued, what you all have done here is unforgivable from now on. There will be no favoritism whatsoever. Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Namikaze will be treated like any other ninja, no discounts on weapons, extra training from tutors, all of that stops here and now. I will not let this council do as it pleases once I am appointed. This is not a democracy, it is a dictatorship. I am the law and this council is my bitch, is that clear? The whole council, including the shinobi section, nodded and Tsunade said, good, now if you will excuse me, I have some people to heal and chew out. Hospital. The slug Sannin went to Rock Lee's room and Guy smiled, ah, Naruto-san, Jiraiya-sama, you brought Tsunade-sama back home. Welcome. Naturally. Naruto said, now Lee, let's see if our new Hokage can get you up and running about again. Tsunade said, remove your shirt please. Lee took off his shirt and Tsunade placed his hand against his back, checking the damages as she thought, he has multiple bone fragments near his spine, there is a 50% chance that he will not survive the operation at all. The woman told Lee and Guy just that, but reassured them that she will try to put the odds in their favor. Next, she awakened Sasuke from his coma and Sakura instantly rushed toward her crush. You, Sasuke said, you are a Namikaze? Yeah, I am shocking, ain't it? Well, enjoy the silence. Naruto said as he walked out to Kakashi's room. Tsunade awakened Kakashi and he rounded on Naruto, you embarrassed me in front of the Mizukage, Uzumaki. Actually, the name is Namikaze now, Hatake, and of course I embarrass you, you deserve it, and you brought it on yourself. What are you talking about? I did train. Bullshit. All I know from you is the aspects of teamwork and tree walking. You have taught Sasuke mostly everything a potential Chunin would be, learning their affinity, and training the affinity. His arsenal of jutsu had gone up and you gave him the Chidori. Like I said, you could have given me a scroll or something. Kakashi glared at Naruto, and then he felt that he should be very afraid for some reason. He looked around to finally notice a glaring Jiraiya and Tsunade along with a frowning Shizen. J. Jiraiya-sama, Tsunade-sama. How nice of you to return to reality, Kakashi. We are very disappointed at you. I tasked you to watch and train Naruto until I came back to teach him his father's techniques. Instead I find that he doesn't know about his elemental affinity. His education is limited and he hardly had an arsenal of jutsu. Sasuke was already good at the time since he had his family scrolls. You didn't even help Haruno at all either. But you focused on the Uchiha because he acts like you. Jiraiya said sternly, consider yourself banned from reading my Ika Paradise series from this day forth until I wish it. If you are caught in possession, or even glancing at it, you will be demoted to the rank of Chunin and do 50 D-rank missions by yourself without pay. Kakashi replied in shock, Naruto is Sensei's son? Wait a minute, you can't ban me from that. But I can. Tsunade spoke up, by tomorrow, I will be instated as the Godame Hokage and I can make this punishment a reality. Also your books will be confiscated and burned and you will watch. I suggest you find something else entertaining to read. The four of them left. A shocked Kakashi and Tsunade spoke and said, I see to it that I can put the odds in favor of Lee Shizen. I will need you to help me. Are you starting for the medical corps again? Naruto asked, because I could recommend some people to become medics. Who exactly? Ino Yamanaka, Hinata Hyuga, Tenten, and lastly Sakura Haruno if she takes her training seriously. The Jinchuriki answered his godmother. I will look into it, thanks for reminding me about it. Anyway, now I believe it is time that I must greet my new wife," Naruto said as he left the room. Jiraiya shouted after him, "Your house is located near the Hokage monument, and I believe Sensei told me that she was at the Nara residence. She seems quite intrigued with him after he battled her and forfeited." Naruto replied, "Got ya." Jiraiya thought with a smile, imagine the shock of his face when he sees the house. Nara residence. Currently Temari and Shikamaru were locked in battle, a battle of shogi, that is.